What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. Yo, what's good, everybody? Sixth element of hip hop. I am your host, Reno Noir. We got our host, Stu Dog, is collecting a package that just came in from China, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. What'd you get, dog? What'd you get? Had a package
PS
at the
Portal.
door?
I got a it was the carrying case for my PS Portal.
Okay. Nothing exciting.
Yeah, nothing exciting. Yeah, nothing. Nothing exciting. Just a little peripheral. That's all.
It's all good because
what characters for G.I. Joe came out in December, bro? Because
what classified?
because my Alexa said I was supposed to get a character in December. But I don't know who it is. Like, she didn't say who it was or whatever.
Who was December?
She kept saying the action figure arriving in December. And I pre-ordered some stuff. I just don't know which ones came out. It's got to be G.I. Joe.
I want to say Tripwire.
Did I order a Tripwire? I'm gonna have to check my jaw. Let's see what's up with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. But we start.
I ain't 100% either.
Yeah, but we starting a little bit early today, y'all. It's 6:30. Well, what is it now? It's 6:39. But yeah, we starting a little early. But around 7. Yeah, around 7, we got a special guest joining us. Raw Talks homeboy, CringerMyBestFriend. He's a big Master of the Universe toy collector, so we're gonna get to see some MOTU toys and collections. So we always love that. What's good, Corey Adger? Salute.
Corey Adger, what's up? Speaking of Corey Adger, shout out to Corey Adger, man. Hip hop aficionado. Man, we got to get him on here one day so he can talk. Because, we always talk about New York. We always talk about the South when it comes to hip hop. But we never talk about Philly. And Mr. Adger was on the scene around, when the Philly hip hop, Philly side. And he can tell us a lot of things that we don't know or went down in Philadelphia with whoever when it came to hip hop, because we had a lot of hip hop come out of Philly. We got a lot of icons coming out of Philly that are really not mentioned, but should be, when it comes to the hip hop scene.
Right. Well, did you have something in mind, or you wanted to talk about, or are you just saying for a future?
Yeah, for a future show, man. We just get on. We can just kick it about Philadelphia hip hop. Like,
hell yeah.
Just keep it about. We never do.
Philadelphia.
We talk about New York. Yeah, we talk about New York. We talk about the South. We even kick it about the West for a little bit.
Well,
we never really kick it on Philly.
Speaking of New York and the South, Tony Yayo has never been one to hold his tongue, and now the G Unit rapper has shared his thoughts on Andre 3000's new Blue Sun. He said, he sat down with Vlad, on Monday, and basically his opinions on 3 Stacks experimental flute album. According to Yayo, the album didn't hit the way it should have because fans of the rapper, including himself, were expecting to hear some Outkast style raps, some bars of some sort. He said it's brilliant when you think about it because everybody who promoted it wants to hear him rap. Yayo said of Andre, when it comes to Atlanta rap, he's one of the artists that really cross over. He was just different. Vlad said that he thought the album was trash, which I couldn't give a flying fuck what Vlad thinks. But Yayo stopped short of agreeing with Vlad, but basically said nobody wants to hear Andre 3000 play the fucking flute, but it's art. He said, and like you said, people are going to respect it and people are going to have an opinion, but we want to hear him spit. He said basically, I discovered Well, Yayo's and Vlad's opinions notwithstanding, Andre 3000 has fluently or frequently rather said that he's proud of the album because he's quite a fan of the flute. He said, I discovered flute and I started playing it over and over again for years, and I felt like it would be great to share it, so it kind of came in a natural way. He said on the Colbert Show, Stephen Colbert, he says the closest thing to singing like vibrato is basically a human kind of thing. You're actually hearing humans' wind. I don't know, Andre. I don't want to hear your wind. I want to hear some bars.
Yeah.
Keep the wind to yourself. Don't pass
Why he
gas.
just didn't? Why he just didn't rap over the flute? You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like, I don't
it's
know.
like he said. He doesn't. He's not inspired no more. He doesn't. He's not in that world anymore. He says. But hey, he's now gonna do it live. So they're doing a lot. I know we talked about the other night about them doing the live show, but we kind of I didn't really know exactly what all they had planned for the show itself. Uh, but they've got special guests and they just sit up there and it's like I kind of thought they just they play the woodwinds, they play the flutes. Uh, But yeah, Andre's, return to the stage was a matter of curiosity for other artists who came to witness the show firsthand. On Monday, you had Wednesday rather, you had Questlove, G Easy, and Gerard Carmichael, where they were part of the crowd seeking to observe how a superstar can disappear from full public view for 17 years and come back like fucking uh, Ron Burgundy from under the table. It's popping up and basically,
Stop.
he
I'm gonna take over Andre. Look, Lizzo play the flute and
I
sing
just
and dance.
I jest.
Why can't Andre play the flute and rap and dance? That's
He
all I'm saying.
can. He can.
That's all I'm saying. That's
He
all I'm saying.
can. But do I have to want to hear it? That's all I'm saying.
I get
I'm
that
not,
too. I'm with you,
that's
bro.
that's
I'm
all,
with you.
that's all I'm saying.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But yeah, this is hip hop. This is the hip hop news for the day. Basically, right now, what's going on? We got Andre 3000, Black Thought. They're all doing the show now in the festival in the UK right now. I think they're doing a big festival again August 15th and August 18th in the seaside county of Dorset in the village of Wimborne, St. Giles. So basically, yeah, not for us. Uh, it's for the European hip
Mhm.
hoppers. But they
Yeah,
deserve it.
they
Europe keeps
do.
hip hop
They
alive.
do, man.
They,
It
they
does, and it has. It does. You're right. But with Andre and this flute thing, man, it's just. I mean, maybe that's how we got to live with. That's how he gonna express himself from now on, man, as an artist.
okay.
Um, he did the rap. Tifa is another one. She rapped, she sung, and now she's an actor. So sometimes we just gotta embrace the change, man. And, pop in those old albums and listen to them. That's what we got. He didn't have a bad musical career. He had actually a great musical career. Exactly. So, if feeling for some pop in them albums, man, go buy them, stream them. You still get paid for that. Whatever you got to do and do what you got to do. Sleep and do what you got to do. So, but as far as right now, I I get it, man. If he ain't inspired, we're not getting nothing out of him, man. Um, and if until he does get inspired, we just got to get the flute out, and that's what we got. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it is
I'm at
what it
peace
is.
with it. Yeah, I'm at peace with it.
All right.
Do I like it? No,
It's
but I'm at peace with it.
I've accepted it. Yeah, it is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah,
From
like I
one
said,
from one
artists.
icon to another, man. Peace to an icon, man. Salute to Andre and salute to the icon, man, that my man Slim Jim Longfoot is referencing right here when he says R.I.P. to an icon. And we talking about none other than Carl Weathers.
Yeah,
He, yeah,
sad, man.
you know, it's it's sad. Like, hey, I would like to, see some more Carl Weathers, but at the same time, my thing is like this, bro. He died peacefully in his sleep at the age of 76. Like, we could all be so lucky. Like, that's the way to go. Like, old 70, like damn near 80, peacefully in your sleep. That's the hey, man. And Carl Weathers, this is a man that turned charisma, talent, athleticism, and hard work into a 50-year acting career. He did pass away on Tuesday at the age of 76. He studied theater in college, where he also played football. He parlayed that latter into a brief NFL career. If y'all remember, he was actually a football player for a minute. That's kind of where he came
Played for the
from. The
Raiders.
NFL. Yeah,
Played for the
Oakland
Oakland
Raiders.
Raiders. Played for the Raiders.
That's right. That's right. Back in '70, and he began working as an extra in black exploitation films at the time. In the '70s, which led to roles on TV and eventually film, where he had his breakthrough as Apollo, the Man Creed in the Rocky films. And he worked steadily in film and on TV throughout the next 4+ decades, and hit another career high point with his work on The Mandalorian recently. So he's just, I mean, he's still is relevant. Like, he still was hot. He still was popping, doing his thing. Mandalorian was the most recent, but my childhood was more Predator. CIA
Mm,
agent George. That was my introduction to Carl Weathers. I mean, of course, I saw Rocky, but I was real little when I saw Rocky one.
yeah.
Predator came out. That
Yeah.
was more my speed.
Yeah.
Rocky was a
Rocky.
little slow for me
Don't
as a
forget
kid.
Action. Don't forget Action Jackson.
Action Jackson.
Uh, yeah. I
Yeah,
liked it even Rocky 3. Rocky 3 is my best. Was the best movie I saw him in. Rocky
he
3
was
and
like a
4.
good guy in that one. He was helping Rocky
Yeah.
fight Mr. T
Mr.
in that
T.
one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he died in Rocky 4. And then you had Action Jackson. That was another good movie of his that I like.
Yep.
Predator.
Bucktown 75. Predator was, yeah.
Yeah. I seen that. That's a good movie, man. I sat up and watched that one night real late. Really good movie.
What, Predator?
No, no. Go back. The one with him and Foxy Brown.
Oh, Bucktown
Yeah, no.
75?
Bucktown
No, yeah.
75. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, him and Pam Grier right there
Yeah.
playing the popo.
Yeah.
He got
Pam Grier. Pam
ah.
Grier still fine. She's still fine. Boy, I tell
Oh,
you, she
yeah,
about
she's
70.
still
Yeah, she
yeah.
in her 72. You know, they discovered her working as a waitress in a diner. Jim Brown discovered her.
No.
Yeah, she was working. She was a waitress in a diner. And Jim Brown discovered her, and then he was like, "You
I
too old to
mean,
be waiting on tables."
I believe it because, a lot of actresses work as waitresses and shit, that's kind of what they do. Shout out Raw Talk in the building. Salute my man. What's
What
good?
up? What up? I didn't know
What's
Raw
y'all was
good?
talk,
starting this
peace, peace,
early.
I know,
peace to the
man.
pigs.
I was trying to
Peace,
tell
peace.
everybody. Yeah, man, but we just starting a little early, man, because Stu he gotta leave early and shit. But
Alright.
yeah, we talking about the great late Carl Weathers, man, the legendary icon.
Definitely rest in peace to Carl Weathers, man. Action Jackson.
Yeah,
Mm,
Word.
yeah. We was
Apollo
just saying,
Creed.
we was just saying that Paulo
Oh, my
Creed,
bad.
Action Jackson.
My bad, y'all. Let me correct something right quick. Bucktown 75 was this John right here. The Pam Grier John is Friday Foster.
Friday
Yeah.
Foster.
Friday Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Then of course we got
Yes,
Rocky
sir.
76. Let's see what else we got. Force from Navarone. Oh, yeah, Force 10 from Navarone. Guns and
Seen that
Navarone
movie.
tearing up your battles. Hey,
Yeah.
Death Hunt 81. Rocky 3.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
You're striking in there.
Rocky to beat up Mr. T, aka Clubber Lang.
Clever. Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Rocky 4.
in America. Ah.
Yeah, they should do a
Coast
Carl
to
Weathers
coast.
figure like that. I mean, they did back in the day, but they need to do a new revamp.
Yeah. And then Fortune Dane. See, he did a bunch of like B movies and shit after Rocky.
Yeah, of
Um, The Defiant Ones, that was a good one. Obviously, the
course.
classic. Yeah, this is my favorite Carl Weathers film.
Dylan, son of a that right there. That's the wild. That was the wild part because you see both of their biceps was like crazy. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, when they was like,
I was
yeah,
like, this is crazy.
yeah, them boys, yeah, bro, it was all about bodybuilding and shit. And Carl Weathers, bro, he like Arnold stays fit to the day he died, man. He was fit. He was fit in and remember he's just in Mandalorian. He was Greef Karga in Mandalorian, so
Yeah. Yep.
he was still fit and built in that. You could tell under the robes and shit. Tour of Duty. Yo, shout out to Tour of Duty. Y'all remember this show? This show was the shit to me when I was a kid. I don't know what it maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm about to go back and rewatch Tour of Duty. I have not thought of Tour of Duty. 1987 to 1990. So this was like my 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, era summers, but Tour of Duty was a cool ass show to me for some reason as a kid. It was a Vietnam show. Took place, obviously in the late 60s and shit. And I don't know. It was deep. But I was into mad Vietnam shit at the time. I mean, that obviously leads to it. Heavy into G.I. Joe, heavy into anything Vietnam, any movie that came out, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket,
Mission in Action with Chuck Norris.
all of that. Fucking American Ninja, all of that shit too. Fucking Ninja, all the Ninja movies, all that was my shit.
There you go.
Action Jackson.
Yeah, man. Vanity and Carl Weathers.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Vanity Apollonia.
Yeah, Vanity.
Vanity. Bruce Leroy.
Yeah.
This is Hurricane Smith. He went from Action Jackson to Hurricane Smith.
Yeah.
This guy is action star. Fucking
Op Center.
Op Center. I missed this one. I didn't know.
Yes. I think before he did another movie, a big one, Tom Clancy.
Happy Gilmore. This was like his comeback, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was on on a major level. I mean, far as a super major release, like a release.
Yeah, like it was like after Predator, he really didn't have Action Jackson was it didn't really blow like.
Yeah, but it was
it was like a cult favorite, a cult classic, yeah. And then we got Arrested Development. I didn't see that. I don't know if I saw that. I don't know.
That's on Netflix. Arrested Development. This is crazy. This show. The Comebacks. Okay.
I don't think I know that one.
Colony.
The Colony. I seen Colony was alright.
What is that? It's like a sci-fi. What is it?
Yeah.
It's like a dystopian future.
It's a sci-fi dystopian.
Yeah.
Sort of like
yeah.
You ever see what's that movie? I think it's called Left Behind or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Left Behind is the one on Netflix.
It's something along that lines. My son had me watching it. I was like, "What is this, man?" He's like, "Dad, you gotta watch it." Dad. I was like, "Man, let me check it out." So I watched it. It was alright. Wasn't
forgettable.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Forgettable.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was. Yeah. That's the best way I can explain.
I think this was his last thing right here. Was Mando? Yeah.
And then he did that. He did the Super Bowl ad with Gronkowski.
Oh yeah, that was the last thing he did.
He was his trainer for the kick. You know what I mean?
I don't think I saw it. No.
FanDuel. You'll see the promotions for the Super Bowl. Yeah, FanDuel. That was his last screen TV type screen thing project or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard because I was like, I just seen him in a commercial. I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah, bro. It's everybody was shocked, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger saying shit, Sylvester Stallone saying shit, speaking out and all of that.
Yeah, the impeccable
Mandalorian. Yeah, everybody loved him. Everybody said he was the greatest dude. Nobody had a bad word about the man. And Pedro Pascal from the Mandalorian, said, what he said. Carl was an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life. This is the family statement, by the way. Sorry. So the family said Carl was an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life. Through his contributions to film, television, the arts, and sports, he left behind an indelible mark in his record worldwide across generations. And is recognized worldwide across generations. He was a beloved father, brother, grandfather, partner, and friend. Mandalorian's Giancarlo Esposito also, did obviously he's Moff Gideon in Mandalorian too. He threw up a photo of him in Carl recently. He said, I will sorely miss my dear friend and brother Carl Weathers. You are truly one of the most wonderful human beings I've ever had the honor and pleasure of spending time with. I am grateful for your influence and support of all good things in my life. This is how I will always remember you, my dear friend and brother. Uh, and they are just chilling, in the old backstage. Like, this is probably at a con somewhere. Right there, they're probably behind the curtain at a con at a signing or something. That looks like a signing. I
Yeah, and
promise
look
you.
at him. Look at the condition he's in.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to show you this
I
picture.
gotta get my shit together, man. Fuck
That's why I
this.
wanted to show y'all this picture, dog.
Yo,
Man,
for real.
fam is hub.
he said, he said you
Yo,
gotta get it together.
excuse my language. Yeah, I gotta get my shit together.
Word, fam is hub. Look how big he is next to Giancarlo. Look at his
Look at his
biceps.
arms alone.
Biceps are
And
huge.
and his pectoral, yo.
Yeah, you can see all
And
that. Just
I hope
top.
he didn't get pressured into taking that blam blam during the 2020s. You know what I'm saying? Because he was filming in certain studios were
Word.
forcing people to take that blam blam.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
man. It is. Hey, I mean, it's one of those things you can't ever really put your finger on.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because he seems so physically fit, so healthy and shit that it's like, oh shit, that's crazy that he just died out of nowhere. When you think about it, man was damn near 80 years old. I mean, human life expectancy is about 70 to 80, so he lived a full human expectancy, So and dying peacefully in your sleep,
Wow.
best way I could think to go.
Yeah. You never know what's on the inside, as they say. You only know, you can see what you can see on the outside, but on the inside, you don't know what's going on. But still,
That's right.
I mean,
That's right. Gotta get them colonoscopies, y'all. Andre, he ain't lying. But yeah, Carl was a good dude. He was a good role model and all of that. So it's sad to see, a actor, a celebrity, somebody that was actually a good dude like that, passed like that. But I was expecting to see him in the Mando movie. So it's
right,
crazy.
right.
I don't think that they should recast him. His character wasn't big enough to recast. I think they should just say, "Oh, he got killed by such and such," and then have Mando go on a revenge mission or something like that.
Well, I have my feelings on that. I'm like, if you can
Mhm.
recast Superman, you can recast a lot of different actors. You should be, characters.
Big characters, yeah, you should recast. I think.
Now, of course, um, something like an Apollo Creed. Let's imagine if he didn't die against Drago. and all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden now, iconic characters, yeah, maybe, but I don't know, man. We
Yeah,
can
I mean,
always trust that, we can look at Predator, we can watch Rocky, and remember when, dude was at his peak,
right.
you know.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Well, I mean, it is what it is, guys. But
yeah.
let's
Great
keep it
character.
rolling.
Yeah.
This is
Rest in peace.
DC. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers, man. We'll always be fans, bro. Well, that's one
Oh,
of those
hell yeah.
iconic actors, man. The characters that he played were iconic in our culture, in hip hop culture, and comic culture, even just period, just in our Gen X, you know, 80s pop culture. But speaking of pop culture, we've got some info, some news on James Gunn's DCU projects, which I know we're all anticipating. Uh, and this is DC Power Hours, so we're gonna get into the DC action right now. We got Superman Legacy to start production imminently as James Gunn updates fans on DCU 1 year later. The CEO James Gunn revealed that Superman Legacy will go into production while sharing an update on the overall state of the DCU
Mm,
1 year after its roadmap was originally announced. Remember, we got that chapter 1 gods and monsters, and then a list like a list of the way that the projects going to come out, shows, animated games, movies, all that. They said chapter 1 gods and monsters have shifted around due to the philosophy of only moving forward when a great script is ready. And I love that philosophy because we know and we can tell that the MCU has moved forward when the script was not great or ready many a fucking time. And that's why we've got a bunch of shit ass movies because, oh, this slate, oh, it's slated, it's got to come out. Oh, that's the deadline. Oh, we got to put it out. Oh, it's not ready. Okay, put it out. The
Yeah.
fuck? No, I'm not doing that. If it's not ready, don't put it out, please. We would rather wait for it to be good. We've had enough disappointment. And DC, you can't afford anymore, so you better wait and make sure it's right before you put it out. So they're being smart. But the DCU's opening film and TV show, Superman Legacy and Creature Commandos, are seemingly unaffected. They're still on schedule to come out as scheduled. Gunn said 1 year ago today, CEO Peter Safran and I introduced our DC slate for the first time. Today, Superman Legacy is about to start production. Episodes of Creature Commandos are being finished that will release later this year. At least 2 more projects are gearing up to go in the next couple of months. Amazing scripts keep coming in, and incredible talent are being attached to new projects, planned and unplanned. So that tells us that there's still room for some shit that wasn't necessarily on that roadmap to pop in. Some things that weren't on the list of this is what's going to be, in the thing. And here are so basically you had movies, you had Superman Legacy, you had The
mhm.
Authority, which was
Okay.
Wildstorm characters, right? The Authority was, sort of taking matters in their own hands, doing what they believe is right, sort of like Watchmen, but it's like full violence, like boys level violence. So that promises to be very cool. Like, Peacemaker, that kind of violence. And then we've got Brave and the Bold, which is the DCU introducing its Batman and Robin. And that's sort of like the father and son story inspired by Grant Morrison, the Grant Morrison series with Damian Wayne. So that will be, in my opinion, I can't wait. I think it's gonna be fucking great because that's an amazing comic run. If you have not read it, you are not doing comics right.
Hmm.
Tighten up. Supergirl, Woman of
Tighten up.
Tomorrow. No, Stu, what'd you say, bro?
No, I said tighten up and get right.
That's
Gotta
right.
get right.
That's right. That's right. Cringer, my best friend, popping in. What's good, my man?
Much enough, man. Appreciate y'all having me, man. What's going on, everybody?
Chilling right now.
We appreciate your time.
Oh
Appreciate you
yeah,
spending time with us.
same here, man. I was having a little difficulties because evidently my
Oh shit.
computer had updated to the new Outlook and it was just being buggy, man. So I reverted back to how it was before, real quick.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And it won't let you do anything until you go through that little DS tutorial that you gotta go through,
Yeah,
where they show you all their features. I don't want to see
yeah.
all that. I just want to surf the web. Like I ain't
If
asked for
it,
all that.
my old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You feel
Don't
me?
fix it. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just going through the sort of the list that was given to us by James Gunn, that he called Gods and Monsters, and it is basically a list of the movies and shows that are going to make up his next DC is the DCU slate, moving forward, the movies and films that he plans to make. And so we had Superman Legacy, The Authority, Brave and the Bold, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is a science fiction, like a sci-fi. It's going to be a sci-fi sort of adventure, which will be based on Tom King's amazing award-winning, uh, pretty recent comic series, and it's like a Supergirl that apparently that film audience have not are not used to seeing. This is a new Supergirl. This is not Supergirl from the Flash. This is not Supergirl from the 80s. This is some new shit. I advise you to read the comic. It's
That's what we
amazing.
need. The graphic novel is out. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is out.
Yeah,
I meant to
yeah,
pick it up the other day. I just didn't. I'll probably go back and get it Wednesday. But
yeah,
it was a
and
phenomenal run.
yeah,
Read it.
it was.
It was really good. I
And
don't
and
have all of them, but I got the first few. But they were
yeah,
good.
yeah, it is. Tom King is one of the, in my opinion, one of the better writers who's had Batman, and so I liked his Batman run, so I checked it out, and it is good. I'm not a Superwoman or Supergirl like fan, but I checked it out because it's Tom King, and I wasn't disappointed. Swamp Thing is another movie that is on the list that I'm really excited for. Probably one of the most excited for, because the show was great. The Swamp Thing show that we recently got a season of that was fucking amazing, and everybody was like, "Whoa, what the fuck? What happened to season 2?" And they just quit it.
Yeah,
Phenomenal show. If you did,
the '80s movie was great.
Yeah, the movie was where I got my
The
introduction to
movie was
Swamp
good.
oh
Thing.
yeah,
That was my
Yeah,
biggest thing.
oh yeah,
that was good.
I
yeah,
didn't get
yeah,
to watch the series yet, though. I probably should have watched it already, but
bro.
you know.
I'm telling you, waste no time. Do yourself a favor. It is phenomenal. It's way better than the movie ever was. I mean, could be. Obviously, I mean, the movie was like a B movie, but it was still fucking scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, bro.
Mm, mm.
One thing scared the shit out of me in the 80s, bro.
Oh
I was,
yeah.
Hey,
hell
that
yeah.
movie in a big what got me was Adrian Barbeau.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All that shit.
That part, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it was just like bugged out. My man put the swamp hand on the breast, healed her up,
yeah,
he's off to the races
Oh
after.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
He pulled the moss off himself, put it on
Yeah,
her,
yeah.
said some
And then
magic
we got,
words, and she came back to life.
yeah.
yeah.
But the interesting thing about the formula went back then with that swamp thing is when my man said it brings what you are out of you. You know what I mean? So dude turned
Hmm,
into the pig guy, like he was a pig. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah. Kind of gives you a Hulk kind of a feel, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, but so I don't know. I don't know how this Swamp Thing movie is gonna be. I just know that James Gunn is overseeing it. And unfortunately, James Gunn is not like directing all of these movies and shows, because obviously that would be too much for one person. But I would be down with it because everything that he's directed so far has been like some of my favorite
it's been
shit.
good.
Guardians of the
Yeah,
Galaxy, fucking yeah,
Mhm.
Peacemakers is the best shit.
I agree.
His version. So, but he is sort of just overseeing it all. But I think he is the one doing Superman Legacy. But the series that they've got coming out, the first series, so Legacy is the first movie, the first series, Creature Commandos. It's a 7-episode animated show, in which Amanda Waller creates a black ops team out of classic monster sort of characters, prisoners. And James Gunn did write all the episodes of the first season. And it's like, like Frankenstein, like Wolfman, Mummy, shit like that, but comic versions of them, inspired by those characters loosely. But then you've got another show that they've got called Waller that promises to be just probably like Peacemaker was. It's starring Viola Davis, who already played Waller in Peacemaker. And the series features that whole team from Peacemaker. And it'll be written by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen. So a really good writer there. And Jeremy Carver, who did Supernatural. You got Booster Gold, which uses sort of basic technology from the future to pretend to be a superhero in the present day. I've never read any Booster Gold comics, don't know anything about him. Pretty popular character. If you guys, I don't know, does anybody know Booster Gold? I don't know shit about him.
Yes, sir. We know a lot about Booster Gold.
Okay. He's like from
Booster
the
Gold
future,
is
I guess.
he's from the future. He's I think there was more than one iteration of him, but he's from the future. He found a suit, like a time suit, and he went back in time. Like basically did it make money. So he went back to bring things back to the future or experience things. But he also has like a secret, like Booster Gold has like a secret life outside of his secret identity, outside of his secret life, where he keeps time in check. So he has to
Hmm.
deal with these time monsters or whatever that try to distort time and invade the real reality. So he does that as well. Um, the best way I can explain Booster Gold for all you fans out there is Deadpool. He's like a modern day DC version of Deadpool.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
wise ass.
yeah, he's a wise ass. Like his personality is like Deadpool. Um,
Oh, I see what you're
but his
saying.
power,
Like a
yeah,
over the top, right?
Like
yeah, like he's always,
Johnny Cage mixed
yeah,
with Deadpool.
yeah, I would
Yeah,
say. But
because
he has
he's
like
got the
super
Johnny Cage.
strength. He's got
Uh,
speed, endurance, durability, longevity. He also has he generates these force fields too that are almost impenetrable. Yes, he does. Of course, he has energy blast because he uses the suit. He can
well,
travel through
James,
time, and
well,
he has
James Gunn.
and because he's from the future, he has a flight ring from the what do they call it in the future? The DC heroes of the future. The Legion of Superheroes. So he has a flight ring like the Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
Yeah, Booster Gold. His origin, the DC origin story for him, according to James Gunn, and this might be the Booster Gold for the James Gunn verse or whatever. But Booster, it says Booster and his whose dog is that?
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah,
Oh, you're
they
good.
got. Yeah.
Just mute it. I'll mute it real quick. Yeah, no, Booster Gold, his sidekick robot Skeets are originally from the year 2462. In his time, Michael John Carter was a promising young quarterback for Gotham University. Desperate for money, Michael was caught betting on college football games in a huge scandal, and Gotham U expelled him. He finally eventually found a job as a guard at a space museum in Metropolis, where he met a security robot, Skeets. So he's gone from Gotham to Metropolis, at the museum, where he marveled at the exhibits highlighting Earth's golden age of heroes. Michael realized there was an opportunity for superhero to have endorsement deals just like star athletes, but he knew he was too infamous to reach the level of celebrity, so he grabbed a superpowered equipment unit from the museum and, along with Skeets, activated Rip Hunter's time machine, also on exhibit, to go back in time. Booster Gold began his hero career in present-day Metropolis. He quickly rose to fame, never missing a chance to deliver a soundbite, although being a superhero proved to be a lot more difficult than he expected. So he's like a cocky, probably breaking the fourth wall type shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Comics used to look like Archie comics, where stuff I'm looking at. Uh but the new stuff,
Grab
Booster
this.
Gold, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Yeah, they team
There's
up
their
a
name.
lot
Yeah,
now lately. It's like Wolverine and Deadpool.
right,
Hmm.
right. Yeah.
Mighty Rax had something that was interesting when you was talking about James Gunn. He said, "Did Adam Warlock live up to the comic?" And to answer that, he didn't.
Oh, in the movie,
He made him into a child like
Oh yeah, we
the
all know that.
Guardian.
he was just born, so he was they're
Yeah.
trying to treat him like he's a child because he was just born out of the cocoon. So
Right.
that was the angle he was going at. So it wasn't like the comic, but it was just that he's fresh out type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. For me, I didn't expect much because Adam Warlock, to me, I would need a whole movie, just an Adam Warlock movie. If we're going to talk about Adam Warlock, you can't just put him in a movie without an introduction. He needs his own fucking movie. You can't, he's not a side character. So I didn't expect shit.
Yeah, he's one of the powerful galactic guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, salute to my man's Cringer, my best friend. We got a special guest in the house, y'all, and basically, we were talking about Masters of the Universe the other day, and I think it was Raw Talk brought up that he had a amazing collection.
Oh yes, indeed. As you can
Of
tell, what's going on in
MOTU.
the background.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, my apologies for the dogs. They're gonna bark every now and then. That's just the way it is. So I do apologize ahead of time.
No doubt.
Nah, it's okay. We get
Raw, I'll tell you, he knows that I can't. I got like, I don't know, it's like 8 chihuahuas in the house, bro.
it.
The wild
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, they get a little rowdy from every now and then.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
if you
always the
check
little ones.
But if you can
Yeah.
check in the background, you see what he working with. You can see off to the right of you guys screens. You
I
could
see Snake
go
Mountain.
ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I see
Oh,
Snake Mountain back there.
Yeah, let me move this
I
camera
see a
so.
Baltimore Ravens flag back there, but we're gonna ignore that. But
Yeah, they kind of dropped the ball this time around. So, but that's the OG vintage Eternia complete. Of course, all the parts ain't out, but it's got reproduction tracks on it.
I haven't
It's
seen one
fully
of those in
functional.
years.
Yeah.
Damn, but
And then, of course, you got the original, one of the vintage posters that they did. That's an actual one sheet with a custom frame. And, of course, you got the Super 7 Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain.
Yeah. Then, of course, y'all, since y'all love comics and stuff, so y'all know what that is. That's Star number 1
yeah.
from Master of the Universe.
University,
And
yeah.
of course, I've got one of the press kit photos from the '87 movie. I've got the other set, which is put away, but
That's
this is
dope.
the vintage Eternia poster, original from 1986. There's two different versions. There's the one that actually lists the name of the characters on the poster itself, and then there's a version that doesn't list the names. Of course, you got your vintage Fright Zone. The puppets put away. It's complete. It's mint. Then, of course, you got the Pirates of Grayskull dinosaurs, which are just like Eternia that came out towards the end of the line. So I've got all three of them are complete. You got Bionatops, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the Turbodactyl. And then, of course, I ain't got all my vintage out because some of them needs to have. I got to replace the leg bands in them. But you've got, He-Man, Battle Cat. You got Skeletor, of course, Clawful. Yeah, Ram Man, Orko. Got the hero from Super 7, which he was actually supposed to come out. He was shown in the Mattel catalog in 1987 along with Giganosaur.
Can you zoom in?
I'm sorry. What was your question?
Can you zoom in on it? Or
Yeah.
are you stuck on? Oh, there. Wait, I think it's that glare is in the way.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it's because of glare of the light. Yeah, I could take him out. That make it a little easier.
Man, that's up to you, man.
That's up. Yeah, that's on
We
you,
like to
man.
see.
Oh no, you good, man.
Hey,
I know y'all
we
love to
love
see
it.
stuff. So of course I got the Wonder Bread
Ooh, yeah.
actual Eternia card from Wonder Bread.
Yo, I forgot
What?
about those, bruh. I would
Yeah,
have
and
never
then
thought about keeping those.
The Hordak. Oh
Check
wow, look at him.
you got the
Nah,
back
that's
metal just like he originally was supposed to have.
Wow.
wow.
Got the original Eternia I got everything to Eternia except for the box, and that's it. That's the only thing I'm missing is the box. But I ain't about to pay an arm and a leg for a box.
Hell
Uh,
no.
Bro, we were just
uh,
talking about that with the flag from G.I. Joe. The box go for
yeah, yeah. Of
$1,000.
course,
Yeah.
this is one of my favorites. I picked up this year's Joe Fest complete
Uh-huh.
Mosquito. Got the blood
Man,
still pumps.
I
Oh
forgot
wow.
about him.
Still
Blood pumps
pumps.
in his chest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an OG classic right there. Is one of my favorites. Then
Yeah.
of course, I've got
Sorceress.
some of the new Masterverse. Got all the master. I got almost all the Masterverse stuff
They look
currently.
great. I
Yeah, they
love
do,
them.
man. I really love them all, man. And I'm a big fan of the Mike Young production series. So that's my favorite. Other than the vintage, that's my other number one. So the 2002 series, which I've got some of the harder, obviously the harder ones to get, which is the Snake Man. You got Ratlore and King Hiss, Cobra Khan, all them guys. Hell, I even got the McDonald's Happy Meal box still from when I
Happy
went to
Meal.
McDonald's. Yeah, of
Wow.
course,
crazy.
I got to
Wow.
come with the Snake Mountain and got the complete Grayskull and Snake Mountain. A lot of the parts are put away because obviously you can't get it all in here, but uh, I've got all
That's
the
the
DVDs.
OT.
Yeah, I've got what do they call the golden books?
Yeah.
The
Oh
record,
yeah.
the PowerPoint Dread, and all that, and then of course all the Revolution stuff is. I know y'all probably remember this set. This is one they did for Origins. This is the
Oh
Rise
yeah.
of Evil 2-pack, Kildor and Cronus.
Yeah.
Uh,
Man, I should have got that.
and they just come out with this one. This is the movie Evil Lynn. It's
Uh-huh.
actually from I got
Mm.
that from Big Bad Toy Store, so it's still got the slip cover over it.
Did they
And
do her eyes right, bro?
yeah, her eyes look good. Her face looks a little off, but well, I mean, what can you do when they don't actually have her
Yo,
the Orko
Yeah.
Revolution Gwildor 2-pack?
Yo.
The
those are
brand new.
already out.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah, you can order them right now, bro.
damn, he already got them shits.
Oh yeah, I got King Keldor coming too. And of course you got Hero. That's the Masterverse Hero. Got the Prince Adam, the Jitsu, the Web Store, the latest Wave 12, which includes the Sorceress Tila, New Eternia Trapjaw, Man at Arms, all them good stuff. I got all the exclusives for Masterverse put away. Vicron, and Dark Godlin or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And then of course it got the Revelation from New York Comic Con.
Who
Actually,
signed that?
Griffin Newman, the guy who plays Orko.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I got this is the teaser poster for Revolution, which actually came straight from San Diego Comic Con this past year.
Damn.
And then of course I've got other stuff, man. I've got classics, man. I've got stuff all over the place.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I've got comic books, trash cans. I've got T-shirts. You name it,
Yeah,
I got it, man.
that's fresh.
We call
I
him
mean,
the
I don't think it's
we
small.
call him the MOTU King. He's the
Yeah,
MOTU
yeah,
King,
I try to, well, I would say back in the early 2000s, man, that was probably where my collection was at its pinnacle, man, because must have been like 90 carded figures for the 2002 series. I had doubles of everything. I had a full loose collection. I got more figures in the totes over here, man. I've got like 3 more totes full of vintage and Masterverse, and I mean,
Damn.
hell, look what's sitting on top of my computer. I got the Grayskull Battle Line from the
Damn.
Powers of Grayskull from
What is
Matty
that?
The
from
Matty
Matty
Collector.
Collector. Yeah, Matty Collector. Yeah,
Whoa.
Crazy.
What the fuck is that?
his helmet.
Somebody explain something to me. No. There's Cringer,
Yeah,
Battlecat, and
right,
Panther. What is
right,
this?
right.
Who got
The
a lion?
battle. Yeah, so Battle Lion is so the ancestor of He-Man is King Grayskull. which was created in the Mike Young production series. So he's called Battle Line. So that's basically Cringers in a sense.
Is he the dude with dreads?
Yes, yeah, but in Mike Young series, he's actually white.
Yeah.
Really?
So they race swapped him for Revolution, and the reason behind that was due to the fact that they didn't. Okay, so it's like there's so many hands and there's so many iterations of the brand, so they wasn't afforded the luxury of touching it, so to speak. So they kind of had to race swap him. They're kind of like they were pushed into doing it. So you know, but yeah, he was the original character that was created for that series. So and
It's crazy.
that's why I was so excited when I got the tease of Revolution with at the end of Revelation where they showed the Horde symbol, for obviously Hordak and the Horde, because we only kind of got teased with it in the Mike Young series, because I just felt kind of robbed, you know what I'm saying, because it was like they got 39 episodes and the 40th episode was coming, and season 3 would have been, it was laid out on purpose, like same with the Snake Man, so season 3 would have been the entry into the Hordak and the evil Horde, but we never got it. So it got canceled. The toy line got canceled. I mean, I seen it coming. I mean, it's kind of like back in the vintage, I mean, I'll tell you straight up what killed the vintage era. What killed the vintage toy line was She-Ra.
Yeah.
I mean, you're demasculizing, an all boys brand. I mean, I get you're trying to kind of muscle your way in, so to speak. You're trying to gain some more money, yourself, but at the same time, look what happened.
What's your opinion on King Hiss?
I love them just as much as I love the Horde, man. The 2002 series was phenomenal to me because that was the actual first time in MOTU history that you got to actually see the entire group as a whole on screen. Things like that gets my blood pumping, man. Things that are first, so to speak. Just like Revelation, people all right for so much negativity, which is obviously a good portion of it is, ain't even legit. You know what I'm saying? It's people that are I consider not to be even fans. They're just doing it for clicks. We've all heard of this. We've all been through it. They're doing it for so many multitude of reasons, just to be overly negative. But I won't get into all that. But however, it's almost like it'll make me get off my train of thought. But it just there's so many more wonderful things. If you're a real fan, man, I mean, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? You'll get all the little nuances, the Easter eggs, the callbacks. I mean, that show was great. I loved it. Obviously, speaking to a true fan, I've been eating, sleep, and breathing this thing for 40 years. Revolution is just continues, just continues the whole ordeal, and it just amps it up even that much more. And I was just, when I'd heard that they were doing 5 episodes, I was just like, man, I felt kind of a little nervous in the sense of I felt like it was going to be too rushed. You know what I'm saying?
If you feel like She-Ra, was sort of the downfall, what do you feel about Revelation and how it was pretty much emasculated He-Man right out of it?
Well, believe it or not, the way it was purposely set up, the way it was due to they've been trying to. Okay, so Teela's story, since Filmation has been trying to be. They've been trying to push that out there, to complete it. But it's always been, not been able to be completed, for whatever the reason. But they just thought, say, hey, because He-Man's still a part of it, regardless if it's not He-Man himself. He's there, in a sense, but he's just kind of in the background. But he's there as Adam, and I mean, I get it. I get the backlash, because we grew up to 165 episodes, just about pretty much every single episode was He-Man, but there were times where he was Adam. So I mean, I get that, but I get where they were trying, the way the story was laid out, it's, I don't know, man. It's not for everybody, man. I get that not everybody's gonna like it,
I feel
But
it was a weird way to come back because like
right.
He-Man hadn't been around for so long, and it's like we're gonna bring back He-Man first, and then like season 2, we're going to Tila. Like that would have made more sense, but I think Kevin Smith learned that, and he just made a quote. He said, it's a kind of a big one. He said, talking about the response for Revelation or Revolution, which is a stark contrast to Revelation. He said, to say that I was unprepared for the reaction that we've gotten for this season is an understatement. It's a love fest. People are absolutely saying the nicest things they've never said about my work. Right now, the series has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Go look at every other Kevin Smith project, and you can see if you can find one of those. We've opened at the top 10 at number 6. I think today we're like number 9, but it's staying alive and thriving. And the fans are saying such lovely things. It feels really good when you hear from people who were like, I did not like what you did last time. I thought you broke it. And boy, did you guys fix it and stick the landing. I was prepared. He said, I was just prepared for like, well, here it comes again. It's going to be like last time, and people are going to be mad at me. Not at all. They saw how much love and effort that we put into it. So thank you everybody who's watching the show. So yeah, so they definitely got a different response this time, and they felt that they noticed.
Well, believe it or not, if I mean, even I can attest to this. Even previous iterations of whether it be New Adventures or even the Mike Young series, I mean, got flack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all understand that Filmation is what kicked all this off. So, and you get that you're going to get that automatic backlash if it doesn't line up with what came before, but people and Raw attest to this, people fear change, and I've
Yeah.
said this, I don't know how many times, it's just one of those things that's growing up, man, but I get, I think, people felt a little bit better about Revolution. I think mainly part of it was the fact that it was 5 episodes and it was shrunk down. See, their whole intent originally was have Revolution being it was 10 episodes. Their mistake was splitting it up. See, their whole intention originally was to release them all at the same time. Now, see, that I believe had a little bit of an ill effect of, you know, you didn't get to see it in its true entirety the way it was intended. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of was like, what the hell, what's going on, that type of deal, But I mean, like I said, it's not, not everybody's gonna like it, man. That's with anything. So I mean, I enjoyed it. So that's all really at the end of the day ultimately matters, whether or not if you personally yourself enjoyed it. But I'm excited. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a season 3. They've already got it laid out. Yeah, King Hiss, believe it or not, in reference to Eternia, which is the ultimate battleground. He was actually the original owner of Snake Mountain, and then the Mike Young series, it was called the Temple of Serpos. So the actual,
I was wondering, because Cobra Commander, Cobra, the snake, like I get all that, but Skeletor had nothing to do with snakes. Why does he live in Snake Mountain? I never understood that. So I didn't know shit about no King.
Right. Yeah, they didn't flesh that out until the Mike Young series. That's why I love it so much, man. It added so much history and to the lore itself. And what's crazy, you got to think, for negativity on certain things from people's point of views, you got to understand that also that there's nothing concrete and consistent about, believe it or not, about Master of the Universe. See, from the inception of the mini comics that were packaged with the figures that were first created, that Alfredo Alcala drew, and all them guys, that He-Man came out the woods, bro. I mean, he was a jungle dude. It's kind of like a Tarzan kind of ordeal. And as the gears progress, people just did their own spin on it. So there's been no consistency. So in other words, like when Kevin Smith and them started Revelation, they just kind of took him from here took from a little bit from 2000X, took from bios, from the DC comics, because some people don't even realize that Prince Adam was created originally in the DC comics. It wasn't Filmation that created him. Okay. Now on the other hand, Filmation created Orko. So that's what I'm saying, and then it's just all jumbled. And if you really think about it, it's a jumbled mess. It's like unorganized chaos. But hey, I mean that's the beauty of it, man. It's got a little bit of something for everybody. It always keeps you on your toes. I just really love the direction of where they're going with it. The call and Revolution just kind of amped up the callbacks. The Easter eggs. If you really went, it was on loop, man. When they dropped at 3 a.m. that Wednesday night, I had that some bitch or part of my friends was on loop.
Yeah.
And I've watched it continuously, faithfully, man. Because hell, it was in the top 10 for damn near a week.
Nice.
So
yeah,
that's
man.
a good sign. It's a good start. Even Kevin Smith himself said that. So it's a good sign. It's a good start. So
yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see where they go with it.
And even
I hope
me
they
and
take it
myself,
somewhere. I mean, I hope they take it
I mean,
somewhere, bro. I think they should have did it with Teal, or not Teal. I think they should have did it with
Hold
She-Ra
on,
first.
Snoop.
What they try to do it? Oh God.
Hang on, Raw Talk was starting something.
No. Let's do go, and then I'll chime in after.
Okay.
Stu.
Yeah, I think what they tried to do with Tila, they should have did that with She-Ra first. And then you can introduce the Horde and Hordak, and then do the second one we got, and
I thought
then
they
you
were the
can do a
same
third
person.
season about Tila. Who? Tila and She-Ra?
Yeah. I thought it was like He-Man and Adam.
No, she's
no,
on a whole different
Adora.
planet.
Sheila became She-Ra. See, I don't know shit about the
Nah,
He-Man.
Adora.
She was on a whole
Adora.
different planet. Adora, yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be He-Man's twin sister.
Twin sister. Yep. From the Secret.
Which one?
Yep.
Which
She-Ra.
one is the twin? She-Ra's the twin, and
She-Ra
She-Ra lives on a
She-Ra's
different
supposed to
planet.
be. She
Yeah,
lives on a different
Etheria.
planet. She's
Okay.
Etheria. She's supposed to be. She's supposed to
And
be
how
He-Man's
did
twin sister.
they get split up?
Hordak kidnapped her
Okay.
as a baby.
Yep.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was saying, as far as from my perspective, at first the revelation, it kind of bothered me because I always talk about how they want to inject or emasculate men through their agendas, but then I looked at it before I watched the revolution, and then it all plays well together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even when Kevin made the statement, people were saying nice things. I know he in his mind's eye know that revelation was the best way he could have done it. As a writer and the creator, he's like, no, I made the best decision to do it that way. Even though the fans didn't like it, some of the fans, you know what I'm saying? But the true fans were like, okay, I see where Kevin's going. I see, let it develop, let him flesh it out the way he sees it, and let's take that ride with them on that journey through the Masters of the Universe. And I mean,
Well, I think because like you have when you have a fan that's like a super fan, that it's fresh in their mind. Like the last bit of He-Man story is fresh in their mind. They probably just read a He-Man comic the other day. They probably read the last one that came out. Like they're in the midst of He-Man. So when this new series comes out and it's about Teela or whatever, cool, because I'm already full of He-Man. Like, okay, cool, some Teela shit. But for someone who hasn't seen or touched or thought about He-Man since the 80s, to oh shit, there's a new He-Man show. Oh yeah, fuck, I remember He-Man. Hell yeah, let's go. And we put it on and it's about Teela. Can you imagine the fucking disappointment? And so that's the difference. That's why true fans are like, man, y'all understand. True fans, we're like, fuck that. This shit is dope. But that's because y'all are in the midst of He-Man. So yes, it's additional for you guys. But for the average person who's maybe was a fan of it in the 80s, it's like it's like coming back for the first time, so it's new, it's fresh. So it's kind of like, I feel like he should have done this Tila show for season 2, and he should have did this season for season 1, just for that simple fact. Not because it's better or makes more sense story wise, or not because it's better for the character or for the lore, because I realize by what you're saying that it's not, but for the reception of the public, I think it would have been smarter to do it the other way around. But
even then, he had a lot of callbacks to the movie, and MOTU. I know, I know you love that when I see.
Oh yeah, there's so many things. It was callbacks to the Fright Zone as
I
a
love
place
that
that
shit.
actually being on the series. Eternia.
Gwildor, I was like, what?
Yeah, Gwildor. I mean, Ted Biaselli, one of the executive producers, actually voicing Gwildor. I mean,
oh yeah.
And
they had everybody guessing as to who and William Shatner was going to play. You know, everybody thought, well, for 1 minute it was Granomir. No, it wasn't Granomir.
Right.
And they kept it close to the vest up until about 3 weeks before it aired, and then kind of got leaked out. But I thought it was great, man. It's a wonderful series, man. And
when Man at Arms, Man at War said the adventures with the cosmic key, I jumped up.
Yeah, you saw the pink Cadillac in the background. Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, I knew it. I saw it all in the trailer, man. They show that glimpse, like that brief second of him and Orko running out, and he's holding a sword. Yeah. I saw his house, his hut from the movie in the background. I said, man,
yeah, he went crazy. I jumped out my seat. I was like, yo! I know my wife was like, what the hell is going on with this dude downstairs?
Right. Having a moment,
yelling and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I was.
Now that see that right there, Reno. Is that now? Do you think Quinger that was like kind of paying a homage to Battlescar He-Man?
Yeah, Battle Armor. It was. Yeah. Well, if you watch close enough, at a point after he taps it.
Yeah, and then it switched back. I seen it. I was like, yo, that's it, because a lot of it was about the toys, and a lot of there was a lot of nods to the toys, and
oh yeah. Most definitely.
I love that. Like that shit is dope. But this right here was cool. It's the Revolution's biggest plot holes and unanswered questions. Why did Lynn, number 8? Why didn't Lynn ever warn about Hordak? In Kevin Smith's He-Man cartoon, Lynn has undergone a redemptive journey, scrubbing her wicked ways. She ends up taking care of the sage dragon Granomir and Dark Smoke Ruins. At the Dark Smoke Ruins. Tila arrives there to train, hoping to harness the power of Grayskull, Ka, and Havoc. Lynn eventually admits Hordak has always been Skeletor's puppet master, and that He-Man's coalition shouldn't underestimate the Horde Empire. If fans are wondering why Lynn never admitted this before her quest to atone, she helped fend off Skeletor and went into hiding. But if she was truly heroic, she'd either stay and get the Alliance to make a proactive move against Hordak, or at least inform them that a bigger threat looms in the shadows. Skeletor didn't know, as he was brainwashed, but Lynn was in control of her mind, so she could have spilled the beans.
They've actually in this series, believe it or not, they kind of made her more of a neutral character. It was said by Rob David and mainly Ted Biaselli that mainly Ted, believe it or not, they didn't want her to be a good person or a good character, and they didn't want her to be a evil character. They kind of, even though it started out that way from her original, how we know her to be.
Yeah,
they wanted her to be like Zodak. They wanted her to be neutral. So that's
she was like
on it this time around.
Morally good, but she was like, an asshole. I call it like chaotic good.
She's questionable, yeah. So it's almost like she's playing both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
And at that point, remember, she was also still questionable as an outcast. You was rolling with this dude. So it's like she wasn't going to be looked upon as favorable to the Eternians or what have you, the people of Eternia.
Right, because she was always trying to steal his throne.
Yeah.
Right.
And then at the end, she become a member of the Council of Zodaks.
Yep, Council Cosmic Enforcers. Yep,
Cosmic Enforcers. So it's like, okay, I love that angle. When I seen that, I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah. Word. And it gave me so much of a Mike Young Productions feel when I saw that scene too. I was just blown away. That both
man.
those post credit scenes are kind of kicky, and you know what I mean. If you especially you wouldn't expect it to be coming, uh, and it's obviously setting up. They've already plotted it out, man. They already got it lined out, man. They already know what season 3 is going to be and what's going to be going down. So,
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, winging it or like
no.
was coherent. Is this because isn't this all like new made up lore? Like, isn't this all new made up shit?
Uh, actually, believe it or not, it's all been previously used. The only thing that's actually new is motherboard and all the techno stuff. Everything else has
Right.
been used
Yeah,
before. It's just
that's
what they've
true.
kind of picked from here and picked from there. From the comics from 2000X. That's it. Motherboard and the techno crap is just what's all new. So.
I mean, I always
Yeah, that's
saw He-Man as like a fantasy, but it always did have a little tech aspect. I mean, I guess with
Mhm.
the
It did,
vehicle
yeah,
and
right.
well, but what do you think? How do you feel about the big tech push in the fantasy series?
I really enjoy that part of it because, like you say again, from the beginning, it was the inception of sorcery and technology. So, for
Yeah,
them to they kind of touched on it in the MYP series, and then it just kind of got really ramped up in this series. It just adds more
yeah,
to it. And
yeah.
and I'm all about iterations that add more to the brand, to the brand as a whole. So
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
can't get no more better, man. Just keep adding to it. So
yeah. I feel that. I feel that.
Hell yeah.
Well, number
that's
7
true.
is why didn't Motherboard help Skeletor in the past? Is that a was that is that a question that
mm,
y'all think?
No, she was in league with
Well,
Horde.
right.
You
I
know,
think she
the
was
league with
so
Hordak
caught
won.
up. Yeah, she was so caught up in her moment, and she really realistically can't think for. I mean, it's I say it's almost like she can't think for herself because she is a machine. So
Mhm.
in other
Right.
words, she's predetermined. She's got a one-track mind, so she's programmed. So
Okay.
she can't think independently for herself. So
Let's see what they say. Hordak and Skeletor have a relationship very much like Star Wars Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader. I felt the same thing when it was. I felt it was very much like based on or inspired by Star Wars Palpatine and Vader, Hordak and Skeletor. It's that same dynamic. Hordak wants Skeletor to combine magic and technology the same way Palpatine wanted Vader to use the dark side of the Force as a Sith Lord and work with his military to enslave the galaxy. In time, Motherboard fuses with Skeletor to make him a more machine than mage. Her logic is that she's upgrading him for Hordak. It would have made more sense. Oh yeah, more machine than mage. Yeah, like Vader. It would have made more sense, however, to have fused with him when he got the power of Grayskull in Revelation and became Skelegod. The series never explains why this level up came so late when Skeletor had what Hordak and Motherboard needed to become the ultimate instrument of chaos months back in the series continuity. You see what they're saying?
yeah, it's definitely some good. That's kind of like when it's almost like somebody's got a PI hat on, and they're just dissecting the hell out of it to the
Right.
nth
But
degree.
I
And I
mean,
mean, you know.
but does that make you feel? It makes me feel like it wasn't pre-written, like they didn't plan it out.
Mm.
Well, I mean, they probably just didn't look at it from every single little angle. They probably looked at most of the angles, that meant something to them. That would stand out the most. And I mean, of course, you don't want to have. It's almost like having loose ends. You know what I mean? You don't want to have any loose ends when you do something, but something's gonna fall through the cracks. So
Yeah, I feel like it makes
As
it
it
seem
always
like they.
does.
yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
yeah,
look at the part where they were retrieving the souls of the fallen Eternians,
hmm
right.
and and then you had Scareglow there. It was it was weird, but it was fun at the same time.
hmm
You
Hmm.
know
it
what
will.
I mean? So it's like, okay, that aspect getting into the spiritual and magic part, and then they really needed technology to lock it down, which you seen when Ram Man when Ram Mam or however you want to call her. I just she dropped
Ram, ma'am.
Well, she dropped
Yeah.
the shield down on him and
Yeah.
locked down. And it was like, how can that lock down? Then the sorceress came and put the spell on it. So technology
Put the
mixed
seal
with
on it.
magic is the ultimate
Right.
power in their universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, even when Skeletor was going at it with Hordak, you know, towards right before he, obviously it's out for a while. So if you haven't watched it, you should have watched it by
Well, no,
now. But
we full spoilers, man. Go ahead.
right, so you know him killing Hordak, you know, because basically you know, keeps, you know, he uses technology and his magic together, and he's like, oh, and of course Hordak's like, well, why are you intent on using magic when it's not going to get you basically anywhere? And he goes, oh, on the contrary, I'm about to show you why. And in essence, and he kills him. So and you know, having them together interchangeable, so together. So
Yeah.
it's I mean, and you know, I will say, you know, I felt like, you know, when he killed Hordak, I'm just like, I said, what? Why did they kill? I mean, Hordak is like the be all end all. Like he's the main baddie.
Right.
Like
The
Yeah,
ultimate.
they should have.
He's like Unicron. He's like
But then-
Yeah, well,
Unicron.
he's like Thanos or something, but like, hey, they should have kept him around. He's the Doctor Doom. I mean, he's the overarching big bad for that unit, you know, for MOTU.
But
yeah, I mean, and I mean, I will say though, at least they didn't kill him off lickety split. So they waited to, you know, they showed him off a little bit. So and he didn't. He's coming back. So hey.
I was gonna say, you know, he'll probably come back. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, at the end of that post-credit scene, you know, he's gonna be healed by Horde Prime, which is his leader in an essence. So
yeah,
Nice.
that's
Nice.
what's crazy. Like,
because see, everybody, even though everybody, other people may be a leader, they always answer to somebody else. So
yeah, that's crazy. And I love
That's-
that they got my guy Keith David to do the voice. For
oh man, they couldn't have picked when I got the word, man. They did the preview clips at San Diego Comic Con. I was beside myself, man. I was like, when he turned around in the chair, man, I got so many Mike Young's vibes.
He's the goat. He's the goat.
Man, yeah, Keith David, man, he was a perfect fit, man.
You got the Superman versus He-Man comic?
I do not, but I am aware of the comic. I've never actually read it, but I do know of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not real.
Yeah, I read that.
Okay. So why do you know Superman? Why he can't lift He-Man's axe?
Nah, I'm not.
He wasn't strong
Yeah.
enough. In the
Yeah, I
comic,
don't think
they just let you like in the comic they tried to establish like He-Man slogan. I'm the strongest man and I'm the most powerful man in the universe. Like I'm the strongest there is. And Superman tried to lift his battle axe and couldn't do it. Couldn't lift it up. Couldn't lift it up.
A lot of people think Superman is the most powerful being, and he's not. Especially if you got a rock from your planet that can weaken you. That don't mean you're not the powerful guy. You just stronger than everybody else. But if they find this rock, you're dead.
Period. Yeah, well, he's just really stronger than humans because of the sun. The way the sun charges him up. So it's not like he's strong wherever he's at. You know, wherever he goes and shit. He's not.
Yeah, if you put him in the solar system with a red sun, he's just regular. He's just as comparable to heat and cold and everything like we are. Yeah. But as long as there's a yellow sun, his cells drink that energy and it empowers him. So like you gotta remember Kryptonians, that's how they were before he left the planet. And he's the only one so far that survived except for Kandor. But
that's why Muhammad Ali whipped his ass.
And when
there's plenty of people that could beat Superman. There's plenty of people that could beat Superman.
Right.
Remember who beat him? I think who was it? Lex Luthor. He beat him, and he found out he can fight him on an eclipse. And when the eclipse happened, and he busted his ass.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, hold up. He was smart enough to know. Oh, okay. I'll wait till.
Solar eclipse. Let me do what I gotta do. Yeah, there's plenty of people that can knock Superman off.
Crazy.
Don't forget Darkseid. Darkseid's giving Superman work. There's been quite a few. There's been quite a few people that's giving Superman some work.
Yeah.
I don't know these next questions.
DC Comics.
Yeah.
Why did Prince Adam's parents hide She-Ra's abduction. And then we've got. I was like, it's kind of like, all right.
Right.
Why did Hordak abuse and alienate Skeletor?
He's always treated him that way.
That's
Or-
that's not a
yeah,
plot hole.
that's a given
That's
from
a
day one.
fucking
So,
dynamic. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a dynamic that a manipulative, a manipulative
yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
That's
I mean, that's been ingrained in stone from the
Yeah.
get
right.
go. So
Why didn't Skeletor kill He-Man at the castle? Once Skeletor becomes Skeletech, He-Man has his work cut out for him. He knows Skeletech has mastered both sides of his arsenal, especially after killing Hordak. Luckily, Granamir and Lynn arrive to help out against the Horde Legion Grayskull. The dragon is slain. Sadly, he falls from the sky, distracts He-Man, who turns his back to Skeletech, all to watch the tragic crash. Somehow, Skeletech doesn't take the moment to kill Adam. He could literally have stabbed him in the back. Which could have given the voice actor Mark Hamill the ultimate victory speech. By the way, shout out to Mark Hamill, fucking GOAT, the best voice actor. Joker, my man. Instead, Skeletech waits for Adam to turn around so he can just gloat about how many times heroes are perishing in the war. It plays on the villain's silliness and cheesiness, but it's not a smart tactic of the art of war. I mean, they've answered their own
right,
question here.
right, obviously,
It's
yeah,
Skeletor. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
he's fucking monologuing. He's an idiot. That's the
right,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why did Hordak use Scare
Why
Glow?
didn't? Yeah, why didn't
Yeah, I was
Hordak
kind
use
Oh,
it?
why
of
didn't he? Right.
yeah, because in the beginning, I kind of thought that was maybe a road that they would travel.
Mm-hmm.
With him being the ghost of Skeletor, but they never did anything with it. They just basically, it's like they kept him as an extension of another character to use. So like he was just random, like he was like other characters. He wasn't a main. Even though you've seen him quite a bit, but I mean, for him being the first time in animation, that's another callback. So many great things about these two series. That we never been witness to. Real Blast, first time in animation.
Yeah.
I mean, for fans of that particular character, I mean, there's something for everybody, man. I mean, it truly is. It takes from so many different, versions of the brand itself, and it's gravy to me, man. So
Yeah.
I'm just glad to have something because I was so upset about, the Mike Young series, in late 2003, early 2004, it got canceled and the toy line went down the hole. And, I've been craving something for 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, y'all don't eat a lot. MOTU fans do not eat a lot. It's scarce. So
People act like we're spoiled,
It
but
is
we
good.
really are not.
nah, y'all are not.
Well,
Nah, definitely not.
I would say y'all are spoiled in the sense that when they do produce for you,
Right.
they go all
Of course.
out. They go all out. So
Oh
it's
yeah, they don't
They
play
have to.
around. We know Mattel
have to.
doesn't hold back.
Yeah, they don't. Well, their answer is that motherboard wouldn't know of Scare Glow. Well, the question doesn't the show doesn't explain why Hordak, who was searching for a supernatural ally, would never consider working with Scareglow. Motherboard would know of Scareglow. Plus, it's implied Hordak has a grasp of all the magical beings around. Hence, why he decided to make Keldor the Avatar of Havoc. Sadly, Scareglow gets short sold once more as Tila and Co. use technology and magic to seal him in a cave in what essentially boils down to an underwhelming cameo early on in season. Doesn't really answer.
I think it was on point.
It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That was
It
fucking
was.
nice.
It was very nice.
Yeah. How did the heroic spirits help out? Well, how did they help out? Even in Subternia, there are no rules for specters interacting with the plane of reality and life. Revelation said these were two separate realms that could never mix, but that rule is broken here. It's akin to when Aragorn got his ghost army in Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. ill fucking scene, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But at least the film established the foundation for the Ghost's return. Revolution keeps the mechanics quite vague, all to create a Hail Mary moment and provide He-Man trump cards in the finale.
Right, just to be over the top and
Yeah.
not to be any more other than just that. I mean, let's be real, man. It's fictional.
Yeah.
They gonna do stuff like that, even if it doesn't line up with the story they're trying to tell. They're just going for those awe moments. You know, you don't expect it, and be like, hey, boom, here you go. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to make it like akin to what you said earlier, Reno, about how it's kind of similar to Star Wars in essence. You have those Force ghosts that come to assist. You're gonna have that generally in anything dealing with magic. You're gonna have an aspect where someone comes from that spiritual plane to help guide the living or what have you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, fucking Hordak, bro. Keith David, definitely the highlight of the show for me. Way cooler than Shatner and what's his name. Hordak, Keith David was definitely the best part of the series, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Killing him was ridiculous. I definitely
Trust me, I thought the same thing. Man.
Yeah,
he's
I
got
was
to come back. He's
I was
Oh,
like,
he's coming back. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's coming.
he's best thing they've done, man, so far. But it says Revolution's finale confirms that despite Skeletor leaving Hordak dead on the battlefield, his body has been recovered. It's kept in a tank for recovery. Fans even see the stab wound healing in his new iteration of Despara observe as this new iteration of Despara observes. However, the series never reveals to the audience how Hordak was recovered. It's hard to see Adam's crew leaving his body on the field to be defiled. After all, they eventually arrested and imprisoned Keldor after Adam fought him. So it may be Eternian soldiers took Hordak's body away only for it to be stolen. This might have been resonated more as an option if the show had Horde cultists and loyalists hiding out in the palace. That would have made sense. As it stands, it's a huge piece of plot convenience to ensure Hordak gets resurrected. It is plot convenience. They really should have shown him getting stolen off the battlefield or stolen back or spirited back.
Right. Or he just made a
Yeah,
strategic
but
retreat.
remember,
Well,
because
they
that
they
would
might
make
they
it
might
believable. It
yeah.
makes it important that he came back and got
Well,
resurrected.
I'm sure they're gonna have a like a flashback scene of that possibly happening. Obviously, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd be shocked if they didn't. But I mean, at the end
yeah,
of the day, it wouldn't bother me because the ultimate goal here is to have him come back.
right.
So
I
That's
mean,
true.
they had Triclops and Trapjaw
Mm,
out there, and they're part of that cult.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they could,
motherboard. Yeah.
yeah. So that can be a possibility, like because you still had a lot of battle after he stabbed him in his heart and stuff and killed him at that moment in time. You still had more battle after that. So after he was
right,
gone, nobody was paying attention to him. So he could have had some people gather him up while the battle was still persisting. You know what I mean?
right, right.
And the whole scene where they went to the flashback scene with him kidnapping the baby, or you don't see the baby. All you see is him cradling a obviously something when he's hopping out the window, and it's obviously Adora, it's Shira.
Right.
So I already know. I've heard through the pipe, so to speak, that so what's going to end up happening is they're going to more than likely, being as Universal owns the rights to Shira and everything included in Shira, other than, the reason why obviously they're allowed, Mattel Television's allowed to use Hordak is because he was first created, you know, originally by Filmation by He-Man, because he was intended, believe it or not, some people don't even aware of this, but he was an original villain to be pitted against He-Man. It wasn't She-Ra.
Yeah.
He was basically borrowed, stolen from He-Man and brought over to She-Ra when Filmation did She-Ra. So,
that's dope.
they're gonna pay. They're gonna obviously be in talks. They're probably already been in talks with Universal. Because originally it was owned by DreamWorks, but now Universal. But they're gonna basically have She-Ra come back I don't think it's gonna be in the intent of what people expect. So it's not gonna be legitimately She-Ra herself. That's a good figure, by the way. The new Eternia one's even better than that one.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah, I like Beastman.
Yeah, Beast Man, and that kind of upset some people too. They some people asked the question, well, why didn't we see Beast Man in this series? But obviously they said there was obviously some characters that were there, but they didn't have no speaking lines, so to speak. And obviously they're trying to implement other characters, that didn't get the opportunity. Like Buzz Off got to speak, and Snout Spout, which is actually voiced by Stephen Root, the same guy who plays Cringer. And that's another thing, another callback. Battle Cat speaking for the first time since the Filmation series. I mean, and I know some people didn't like it, and it was because he didn't. I know the reason why, because he didn't have that, Alan Oppenheimer deep kind of a growl, that when he was Battle Cat in the Filmation series. But it didn't bother me, man. I love Stephen Root as Cringer.
Man,
I felt. Go ahead.
No, I was I agree with you. I like that he talked because I remember as a kid that he talked in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wouldn't he talk? So
Yeah, he did.
that was,
I mean, I was kind of disappointed that he realistically only had that one scene, but in that one scene alone, it encompassed everything about those two characters as friends. And it was that's what it was akin to a lot of the moments, because Revelation was more of a Shakespearean the way it was presented. Uh, and matter of fact, season 2 was my favorite episodes of the 10. For that very reason, of that very character. Obviously, my name being Cringer, my best friend, but of course, for all knows me a Daredevil, but in my community, but brothers, but Cringer has always been my number one character in Master of the Universe, and just for him to be, it's kind of like when you flush out a character even more, and it just like I said, about it adds more things, and it just makes a character that much, gives it so much more, light shined on them, and they couldn't have done a better job, man. And there was so many wonderful, Adam sacrifices himself. That was a powerful scene. Um, you know, the whole pre-Ternial, how they created, heaven and basically heaven and hell. Preternia being heaven, Subternia being hell.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I personally, everybody's entitled to opinion. I think Revelation got a lot of unnecessary flack, because people need to understand first and foremost that it wasn't all Kevin Smith. It was Ted Biaselli is the one that really got this thing off the ground. And it was his mindset that he wanted it to be an adult, spin on it. He wanted it to be, people dying, big stakes, not something we're accustomed to. So that kind of, it caught me off guard. I'm not even gonna lie. When Evil Lyn kind of got up on Skeletor on the throne, you know what I'm saying, and cradled his ass, and I was like, oh, they done got freaky up in here all of a sudden. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like what is going on, man? Like, and then Adam gets killed, or He-Man gets. I'm like, hey, it's shock value, man. I mean, so it's a different take for sure. And I think we done got used to it now, so they can probably kill off 7 more people in the next one, and
but
we not be bothered by it. But don't do it so fast next time. So
yeah, right.
Well, the have you, I know you got the classic toys, but have you ever seen the Mondo? Because the Beastman, I love this Beastman because he reminds me of the Mondo Beastman. But yeah. Have you gotten any of those? You got any of those?
No, I tell you what though, the first one I'm gonna get obviously is the Battle Cat, because I really,
God, bro.
I mean it's the Panther one I gotta have.
Yeah,
the Hordak one I've gotta have. The Orko just came out. I'd love actually to have that Orko. A buddy of mine, Got that
That's
Orko
dope.
order. They do great. Raw's brother, shout out Kid with the Kung Fu grip. Even though he does his GI Joe thing, but a 1/6 scale, man. If you got the cheese, the bread, however you want to put it, uh, I mean, you can't get no better than what Mondo's doing, man. If I realistically had the money and delved into it head first, man,
Yeah,
I
facts.
mean,
That's
they're
hard.
great, man. You
Mm.
Yeah,
know,
that beast man looks crazy.
I
you'd
do.
have
Yeah,
to have
that be
you had to have a lot of room. Let me say that. 'Cause, I mean, you got to have a lot of room for anything necessarily in general, but
He's
Yeah,
this motherfucker though.
skeleton.
matter of fact, people, already getting their shipping notifications for the
oh, that
Eternia
Skeletor is
playset from Origins, and matter of fact, a couple people already got theirs today.
Oh dang.
that
I
Skeletor. That
mean, I
Skeletor
would
is
buy
hard.
these.
Look at that.
I would select nothing but these, but they're like $200. That's why I don't
Right.
want.
No,
Yep.
stop.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Mondos ain't no joke. 2 to
oh, are you
300
serious?
Yeah, they're
cases, 4 to
Yo,
5.
I can't afford it. I can't afford it.
nah.
Slade, to answer your question,
Yeah,
I do have that actually.
yeah. You got to get your favorite character. Listen, man, I couldn't
$200.
afford it. I'd be like, look, just give me my favorite character, Falco,
Well, I
all day.
know Cringer or Battle Cat on the secondary market is at least $1,000 right now. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn, man.
But at least Skeletor comes with, so you get like 3 different versions of him. A couple different heads and all of that. It's cool.
right, yeah,
Head, you get the new head. You
I
get
could justify, yeah, I could justify 200 for that. What all you get, yeah.
yeah, no, for sure. And look how big they are.
Look how
They're,
tall he is. Look how
they're
big he is.
He's
huge.
12 inches. Yeah, look at the
yep,
Christmas
12
special.
inches. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Slade was asking about the Christmas special.
Mentor's like this big.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's
you got the
big, man.
you got the Christmas special.
Yeah, on VHS. Yeah, I even got it on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
Get
That's the
out.
MOTU King, man. He's
Yeah,
got
I've got everything, bro.
Uh, yeah, what didn't he ask something about Star Wars with it? Was it Star Wars?
does which
I
one
remember
does he like more?
Star Wars had a Christmas special.
Yeah. The He-Man.
Yeah, of course you know
Which one
me.
would you
It's
rather
all
watch? Would you rather watch the Star Wars Christmas special or the
nah,
He-Man and She-Ra?
Motu, Motu.
Yeah, yeah, they let us down with that one. But
Yeah, they dropped the soap. Yeah,
that Beast Man is
next level.
Yeah.
phenomenal.
The
Yeah, they did drop a
Merman is
soap on
dope.
that
The
one. That's
Trap
phenomenal.
Jaw is crazy.
Merman,
Yeah.
yeah, the Merman's phenomenal. Yeah, the Trap Jaw's phenomenal.
well, that's like the even the statues like Marquette and Twitterhead's doing. There's some statues I'd like to get too, but
Mhm.
you talking about some expensive statues. I
Yeah.
mean, the only statue I'm focused on right now is the one that was put out in 2001
They don't have a
San Diego Comic Con. So
The Hordak one is
they
crazy.
got,
yeah,
Mm,
there's two different versions of that one.
Yeah.
they got a Mondo.
mm.
The first one, he's got short arms. It's kind of almost like he's got T-Rex arms.
Yeah,
That was a big
yeah. I was getting
knock
ready to
on.
say, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, man,
I'm fucking dead.
they're nice. They're really nice.
Look at Man at Arms.
Hmm.
Fucking
Duncan.
Look at Duncan.
Word.
Fucking
That
look
shield is
at
crazy.
Damn, bro.
Duncan.
Yeah, that shield is hard. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at it, dog. Leather fucking dog.
Especially for people that are huge fans in detail of the Four Horsemen. They love. Look at that.
Come on, man. That's
Get the
crazy.
fuck out of here. $8.99.
Hmm.
That's the secondary market.
No.
The
It
face.
was, what wasn't it? 500 on
Yeah,
release, right? Yeah.
yeah. Same as Battle Cat was.
Yeah.
Everything. Heck, I paid. It was what $750 shipped for the Snake Mountain from Super 7. I paid $1,100 for it a year after it came out.
Yeah.
They want 500 for He-Man.
Scalpers,
Hmm.
man. They can't help themselves. They can't
Oh
help
no, you don't.
themselves.
Generally, it's either double or triple or whatever it retails for.
Yeah, but it's close. That's close to the actual release price. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. So it's like they wasn't scalping too much.
Right. I mean, I've seen the Origins Eternia already going for like 1,500. Close to that neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But that's just the way it goes, man. That's scalpers for you, man. It's just, as long as there's gonna be collectors, there's always gonna be scalpers.
Yeah.
Look how big it is, yo.
Look at it.
Yeah, and they drive up the price.
Love
Yep.
the
They
paint
drive
on
up
it.
the price. Like,
Bro, that's
Supply and demand,
like
and
too hard. Yeah.
that is
I mean, we got supply and we got
right,
demand,
right,
but it's
right,
just that y'all go
right.
buy like 50 of them and then hoard them all and sell them at your leisure. Like
Yeah.
come on, bro.
And there's some
That's
collectors.
lame.
I know of a dude that's got like 100 versions of the vintage Scareglow. I'm just like, bro, why you need 100 of one particular character? Just doesn't make sense to me. But hey, if you
insane.
got the money and that's what you want to do, by all, more power
Do
to
what
you.
you got to do.
At the
Yeah,
end of
handle
the
your
day,
business.
right?
Well, segueing over to some more DC action because we do have to keep it moving because we do have a lot of ground to cover today. We got a lot of shit going on, a lot of things to talk about. Some cool shit. This next joint I'm really excited about because I was a big fan of Batman the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm.
Best fucking cartoon I think probably of that era of
History of America. Yeah.
that year, definitely of that
Hey, yeah,
year.
the early '90s, most definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And they've got a new show called Batman Caped Crusader, which is set to drop on Prime Video for Amazon. Is confirmed to have an even darker tone than Batman the Animated Series, which is bringing back to its noir roots. Uh, and yeah, so yeah, very excited about that. What I'm even more excited about, Ed Brubaker, one of the most in my opinion, I think the best like true crime comic book author out there. Like if you like true crime comics, you cannot do better than Ed Brubaker.
Nope.
But yeah, he said that Cape Crusader would depict more violence than Batman the Animated Series, in addition to incorporating its noir-centric feel. But yes, Ed Brubaker is doing the show.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm down with you all talking that one.
Now I
That's real
wonder. It
interesting.
makes me wonder if Mark Hamill would, if they
Voice Skeletor.
incorporate the Joker, obviously.
You're not because there's a rumor. Well, there was a rumor that we'll debunk here in a second about something like that. But in accordance to Brubaker, he said it's a lot different. Even stating that in comparison to Batman the Animated Series, which for all intents and purposes, Cape Crusader is a spiritual successor to. It's not like a direct sequel or anything, but it's definitely like remember how they did there was another Batman show that was like
What was it? Brave and the Bold?
no, it was like Batman.
Really, boy, was dope. Was dope.
I don't know. It was another show. It was a series that came right after the animated series that was sort of like in the same universe. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, Batman and Robin. The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
yeah. There you go. There you go. Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, okay. So, but this is kind of something different. But you mentioned the show's cartoon show's head producer is our favorite Bruce Timm, who
Yes, sir.
is,
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
that's a big yes. If
Yep.
Bruce Timm is involved in his crew,
Yep.
we're good.
Yep.
We're good. We're good because they're gonna do
uh,
it righteous. And with that, I gotta roll out, guys.
uh,
Check y'all Monday.
Ah, man.
You
It's
know,
good to
Yeah.
meet you, Stu.
I
Good to
hate it
see you
too,
again,
man.
brother.
Listen, Cringer, man, you got to come back on and show us some more of those
Oh
figures, man.
yeah, man.
I was
I
hoping to
just
see Mecha Neck. I was hoping to see Mecha Neck and
I
a
got you.
few other guys, man. But
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
come
well, as
back
soon as
on,
I
man.
get
We
more
definitely
display
do.
cases, man, it's ever evolving. Raw. I'll tell you that, man. It's only going to get better from here on out, man. Big things this year, man. Big things coming. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. Now you're right about one thing. You need room. If you don't
yeah,
have room, I don't know what to.
I don't have a
Sometimes
whole. I don't. Right.
you gotta get rid of stuff to get other stuff. Like we
Oh,
had
trust me,
Jimmy
I've
on the
got
show,
rid of some stuff,
and
man. So
You before you
I
go.
remember he said that. He said, "What's up?"
Let me
Oh.
get this.
Oh.
Bro, I need that in my life, bro. Listen, I need that.
Get some kind of salty,
Listen,
huh?
I need that. Yeah, I need one of those. I need that tagged and slab in my man cave, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Damn,
I
this is
ain't gonna,
kind of hard, man. Look
am
at
I
that.
gonna, did I show y'all these though?
Oh. What's he got coming out the closet over there? Oh Lord, look.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there you go. Got his head on a platter. Look at that.
Oh, that's the one with Wolverine's head.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
cover I got, Reno. That's the same cover I got.
Look at what he got. That's the anime joint. Damn, your lighting is fucked up.
Yeah, my lighting is shitty. I gotta get myself.
You got a phone?
Huh?
You got a phone? A flashlight? Just shine the light on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't
That
worry,
was-
we're gonna talk. I got a light. I got a light for you. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
All right, Stu. There you go.
There you
All
go.
right. Yo, I got that cover. I want to see that anime joint.
Yeah. Show him that one. Show him that one.
Yo, look at that's hard, bro. I need that.
The
I'll get that
only
swag if I
thing,
can get it. I'm not even gonna
the
lie.
only thing to me that is lackluster in this cover, once you come up on it, it's blurry down here because it's
Oh,
computer generated.
Hmm.
Okay, it's drawn,
Mm,
but then they put an overlay, a computer overlay on it. You know, they tend to do that to make it
Right.
look more
right,
realistic in a sense, but like
right.
glare. But it's still dope. It's a dope cover, but it's just
It is a dope
I didn't
cover.
like that. I didn't like that part, but it shows motion. So
Well, I seen where they relaunched the GI Joe comic itself.
mhm.
yeah. That's this.
Uh.
That's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this Duke storyline is crazy.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Duke, Commander Duke is phenomenal.
I actually got to. I only got to meet Larry Hama one time, and he actually signed one of it was one of my X-Men book, or no, it was a Wolverine book with that whole.
The yellow
I
cover.
mean, it wasn't it was the one where the test tube with X-23 on the towards the end of the book. You know what I'm talking about? And
Yeah, I
everybody
know.
was like thinking that was the whole, the beginnings of Laura Kinney, and all that. But believe it or not, it wasn't intended to be like that. At least so he says. But I did get him. I met him at Joe Fest. I think that was I believe that was 2019, back when I was hardcore still in the comics, man. And 'cause I mean, I'll always be a comic guy, but
Yeah, he's the goat. I mean, Larry Elton's definitely the OG. Gave us the real stories and shit. Because when we was kids, we had that cartoon, and it, it was cool and everything. But the comics, that's where G.I. Joe gets serious. That's where the story
hmm
is good and shit, and the shit is real deep and dramatic, and just if you're watching right now and you're like, man, GI Joe was corny, or that shit was childish or whatever, then you've only seen the cartoon. uh Comics are they're violent, they're gritty, they're
hmm
yeah, they're really good. Some of them are really dark. There's a lot of different titles, a lot of different iterations, many different ones. And different publishers have had them. Marvel's had them. IDW, Skybound's got them now. Image, uh,
DDP.
yeah, they've been all
hmm
around the block. They've been all around the block. But back to the Batman Cape Crusader series. That yes, there's two things that I'm really excited for, and I think honestly, this one is gonna end up. This is the one I'm out of the two. It's the one I'm least excited for, but it's the one I think is gonna end up being better, and that's the X-Men '97 show and the Batman Cape Crusader. I think X-Men '97 is gonna be computer graphic, like computer drawn, um, not pencil drawn like the old DOG. Like I don't know. I don't feel it's gonna hit like the old one. Whereas and it's Marvel. I mean, Marvel just does not understand animation like DC does. DC kills animation. Marvel's live action, and DC just owns fucking animation. And a lot of it's because of Bruce Timm. And Bruce Timm's working on this one, so we know we're in good hands. And I'm telling you guys, Ed Brubaker,
yeah.
bro, go.
Well, it's a small world, man. Bruce Timm actually worked on Master of the Universe as well. Larry Houston actually helped create the original mini comics. We all know who Larry Houston is, and he's one of the main dudes over the whole X-Men '97 return reboot, so to speak, or sequel, whatever. And I felt good about it as soon as I heard his name involved with the project. I was like, oh man, it's in great hands, man.
Yeah, that's the type of reputation, and that's how I feel. That's how it is with Ed Brubaker when it comes to crime, true crime, and for a true crime author to be doing Batman, it's fucking perfect. It's like it's like how Matt Reeves took back like the movie Seven, like a detective movie. It's fucking perfect, and because it fits. That's what Batman's about.
Yeah.
But Bruce Timm said, no, sorry, Ed Brubaker said, he said, I'll warn you guys, it's definitely a lot different than Batman the Animated Series. It's very much a reception of starting over. It's not PG-13, but it's definitely a lot different. He said it's sort of the Bruce Timm. He said it's sort of the show Bruce Timm always wanted to make, but they wouldn't let him make. Or people getting actually punched on camera, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it is. Everyone will kill me if I say it's kind of noir. End quote. And based on what the renowned Captain America comics true crime master scribe is saying, it sounds as if the upcoming Prime Video series is breaking past the limitations of censorship and of syndication for Saturday morning cartoons of yesteryear and making it gritty and intense, not edgy and gratuitous in its violence, but how when I compare cartoons of my kids' era and I can compare cartoons from our era in the 80s, it's like our shit was more serious. It was more dramatic. It was more like cinematic, like G.I. Joe and Voltron and Transformers. These were all like, animated movies. They were like anime in a way almost, compared to the Ed, and Eddies and Gumball and SpongeBob, and there's nothing like that. They don't have anything like we had,
There's
except
no substance to them.
anime is the only thing they can do to get that substance, but Batman the animated series was one that definitely transcended, the 80s and busted over the 90s, and yeah, it definitely belongs in that category. But
Todd McFarlane also for saying it's possible to do those type of hard hitting animations, for consumption, not for children but for adults. When he hit HBO with the Spawn, that changed the game.
Yeah, Keith David.
Yes,
Keith David.
Game, man.
Yeah. Well, announced to be in development since 2021. In addition to Brubaker, the creative team has consisted of Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams, and Matt Reeves, with Greg Rucka and Mark Bernardine writing the series. It's centered on Batman during his early years, crime fighting before he allied with Commissioner James Gordon in the GCPD. So think, Batman year 2,
year 1. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's saying that it's before he allied with Commissioner James, because James Gordon's not commissioner yet in the Batman, so I don't know if that's what they mean. But unfortunately, Brubaker will not return for a second season of Cape Crusader, despite receiving a 2-season order before it was axed from HBO Max and Cartoon Network. Oh no, Brubaker already fulfilled his commitments in writing more than over a year ago. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, one of the highlights that he mentioned was an episode scripted by Rucka that follows the introduction of Renee Montoya, and a noteworthy and anonymous episode by Last of Us and Westworld writer Haley Gross. Yeah, it's.
And and I was gonna say,
rated R cartoon, like an adult animated thing. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say, is with that, this new Batman show is kind of the same essence of how Kevin Smith and them did the new Master of the Universe. They gave it more gritty, more edginess, more adult feel. I mean, it's just that genre that the world we live in nowadays. I mean, they're showing everything. Kids nowadays, bro. I mean, back then we didn't see no stuff like that. I mean, nowadays people are getting killed and guns, shooting, and we weren't exposed to I mean,
Yeah.
other than really GI Joe, but
But
Yeah.
then,
you
yeah, and on the animation front, but then we still were exposed to violence. Like we talk about horror flicks,
Mhm.
Terminator,
Yeah,
Predator, stuff
Yeah.
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. From a cinematic standpoint, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with Batman the animated series, we had the late great Kevin Conroy.
yeah. Rest in peace, man. He appeared as Merman on the Revelation series, so
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, just define the character. I mean, he really, when I read Batman comics, like I hear his voice. It's
yep,
kind of
yep.
with Wolverine. Like I hear
Goes hand in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill with the Joker. It's
Yeah.
but on Wednesday it was reported that Kevin Conroy had recorded dialogue as Batman for this upcoming uh, crossover movie, Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Mm.
and the Batman the Cape Crusader show. Um,
Mm,
that it wasn't known if he was voicing Batman or another character or what. Why the fuck he wouldn't be voicing Batman? I don't know what.
right.
But on the animesuperhero.com, they on the forum, series co-creator and producer Bruce Timm clarified that rumor was a rumor, saying that Conroy did not actually record any dialogue, but that he was planning to before he passed. So we would have gotten Kevin Conroy again as Batman and Batman Cape Crusader, of course. Bruce Timm, DC, is not going to do a fucking animated Batman show and not have Kevin
Oh
Conroy.
yeah. Oh, you know damn well they weren't about to let that stand, man. They wouldn't have. Nah, it was gonna be him as Batman. Ain't no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he said, quote, I have no idea if the crisis part of IGN's supposed scoop is true or not, but Kevin Conroy did not record a voice for Cape Crusader. We were hoping to have him do a voice over for do a voice for the show, and he was eager to do it, but sadly he passed away before he could make that happen. As I have to do so very often, I will remind you all once again to take all unsourced news items in the sci-fi comics entertainment cyphersphere with a huge grain of salt. Occasionally, these leaks actually turn out to be true, but as often as not, they're just cynical clickbait. End quote. And we all know that's a very true statement. This shit is
Mm,
I
ninety
like
percent.
when they use Conroy for the Titans show when he showed
Mm,
himself to be Batman and stuff like that. I thought that was dope. You
yeah,
know,
it
to
was
see
so.
the man on screen that voiced Batman as Bruce Wayne Batman. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, they gave him the on screen respect he deserved at the, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is the guy. You know what I mean? Now
yeah.
you,
Well, I mean, when I heard him playing Merman, when I'd heard that before it even happened, I was just like, man, I
Mm,
can't wait to hear his voice again. I mean, I know he's doing a entirely different character than what I'm accustomed to, but I just like piggyback on what Reno said a while ago that you hear his voice in your head and it'll never go away.
yeah.
Uh, I mean, it's one of my shows from the '90s, so
yeah, man, it's with Batman Cape Crusader had been developed obviously as a spiritual successor to Batman the animated series. So typically, naturally fans, were hoping for Kevin Conroy to be involved in some way. He's mostly associated with Batman's voice in a lot of animated projects, video games. Although he did briefly play a live action variant in the CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths event too.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was believed that his final performance as Batman was for the recently released video game Suicide Squad: Kill the
mm,
Justice League.
Mm.
And basically, that game has just dropped, and I guess great segue there. We're just gonna roll right over and talk about that game because that shit just came out. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and basically, there's a lot of controversy around this game. Batman from listen, big spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Suicide Squad. If you want to hear about the game or the storyline, whatever, I'm gonna fucking spoil it in a second here. Okay, spoiling it now. They fucking kill Batman from the Arkham Asylum. Uh, what do you call it? Canon.
Yeah.
So best fucking Batman outside.
Period.
Yeah, like one of the
Mhm.
by far.
Yeah.
So they're killing him. So big controversial. But basically, I really want to love this game, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. It's a great looking game. I love Rocksteady's Batman Arkham series. Obviously, I think it's the best. I love open world superhero action. And I've even had a short but passionate affair with some looter shooters. But something about this particular intersection of all those things just doesn't make a good game. It's like it's trying to be too many things. It's too many type of different games. Whether it be the underwhelming loot systems, the sort of bland and repetitive mission designs, hollow post game. There's really nothing going on once you beat it. I just can't see myself wanting to play much more now that I've burned past the campaign story. It doesn't have a lot of replayability, which is huge,
Right.
which is
Oh
very
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. That's a big factor nowadays because these
Yeah,
games.
yeah. You gotta have replay value, man. So then, what's the? I mean, look at. I mean, games are expensive, man. I mean, let's be real. I mean, you want what you want to get your money's worth.
Yeah, exactly. And a game back in the day, like when we grew up, a
Oh
game,
shit.
8-bit, 16-bit fucking video game, them shits went on forever. They just changed
Yeah.
the characters and it's a new level. But now these games are so amazingly cinematic and graphically stunning and all of that they're not very long. And so when you
No.
beat the game, like say you beat Spider-Man, you need to be able to fucking keep playing this game over and over and over. It's a big
Yeah.
map.
Because if it ain't longer than 10 hours of a campaign, bro, I mean that's just highway robbery at this point. I mean, I've known so many games to only be 10 hours to finish a campaign. I'm just like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's not fair. It's a ripoff. But and it's a big problem for especially for a live service game aiming to keep attention for months if not years on end. And so it's also a shame that there's a good story being told in well-made cutscenes with kind of good dialogue and performances carrying a lot of the weight. But beyond that, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League never consistently offers enough fun to go toe to toe with more other games in the genre, that are more popular. But while the comparison might seem easy, I think this game it really is of a similar construction to Marvel's Avengers, which is ass. That was a shit game as well. Over ambitious. They tried to do too much. Avengers was not good. Um, I spent dozens of hours fucking with it, but had a lot of deficiencies, and it wasn't a well made game. But they're both live services, and they offer extensive post games. But in Avengers case, that promised service was cut short when Crystal Dynamics shut down development 2 years after launch. For Rocksteady, another famous single player turned online developer, the first step toward trying to avoid a similar fate would be to create a compelling combat system that makes me want to return to Suicide Squad week after week. I mean, that's something
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't quite achieved at this point. And, the
That's
studio,
kind of like when they did Max Payne. I really enjoyed Max Payne.
that's a dope game right there. Yeah, Max Payne was a dope series. Fuck yeah. But the studio, is definitely known for revolutionizing that type of shit, like tight
Mm-hmm.
melee combat with, the Arkham series, obviously, and has instead opted to make this third person shooter which it's a bold choice. I'm fucking proud of him for it because third-person shooters are very rare, and I'm sick of first-person shooters. I love third-person gaming.
Oh yeah, I love third person. Yeah,
I want to see the character. I do. I don't want to just see their gun.
yeah. That's why I love Hitman so much. Why I love Assassin's Creed so much.
Yes, Splinter Cell is one of
That's
my
another
favorite
one.
games of all time. But yeah, as far as the story itself goes, it doesn't take a brainiac to work out what's causing the Justice League to act out of sorts as they, wreak citywide destruction, and they've got this, glowing eyes, and obviously, traditional Superman villain Brainiac has hatched his evil whatever plan to take over the planet and remake it in an image of his own creation. So that is not meant to be very creative. It's just a kind of a cookie cutter. Here's a
Piggybacking off of something else.
yeah, and that involves controlling members of the Justice League's minds. So, and you'll never guess this, the Suicide Squad is called in to kill the Justice League. The game called Suicide Kill the Justice League. Very
Reminds me of the Suicide Squad with Starro.
right.
Same idea in a sense, but with super powered humans. That's all.
Yeah, I mean that's
Super beings.
yeah, yeah, they get so I mean typical there. Nothing crazy. Uh it's what it's sort of, seems like it's going to be a really straightforward story that fans have mostly heard before. It sort of branches out around the halfway point into some interesting directions. But yeah, what has now become recognizable comic book cliches are definitely, full, definitely rampant. But some of the big revelations, right? If you know anything about the end game, you'll know what I mean. But there's a level of storytelling um, in the game that sort of harkens back to those Arkham, the best, the days of Arkham's, era. But it's no, definitely no small part thanks to the phenomenal character design work and writing. Brings each member of the cast to life. You know, they it's like they banter, and they're very lifelike. It's done well. Like it's really entertaining. Like shit's popping off. Like it doesn't seem stiff or fucking awkward. It works. As far as that stuff. Close-ups are liberally used to show off the graphical prowess because they definitely want to show off that because they definitely have it's visually stunning. It's fucking beautiful, I will say.
Okay.
And Rocksteady, they definitely do their thing, but it's frequently impressive to watch as cutscenes come to life. Basically, the technical prowess is also reflected in the voices behind the faces. Kevin Conroy is definitely, you know, the best one. Obviously, he's there as Batman. Um, Showing a darker side than we've seen of Batman, so than we've seen from him before. So that's cool. Tara Strong is once again Harley Quinn, and Joe Sanoa, aka Samoa Joe, is King Shark again. It's been the one-liners to great effect. But multiple team members, you can play as Harley Quinn, you can play as Deadshot, you can play as King Shark, Captain Boomerang, all with their special trademark weapons, and it's very cool. You got boomerangs and hammers and sharpshooting rifles and shark tooth uh, weapons and shit, but basically it's like disorienting that while there are fun and wildly different abilities that Rocksteady could have taken advantage of to sort of create varied play styles and shit with the vigilantes, who would each bring their own style of play, but instead they're all sort of reduced to the same blueprint, damage output, chasing characters, basically they all kind of have, the same shooting and with variations in the visuals, occasionally throwing grenades, shit like that. But, they each do have their signature melee weapon, and traversal attacks. Like Harley's got the baseball bat, and boomerangs, the enemy chaining, boomerang, but the overwhelming focus is definitely on shooting and collecting an increasingly powerful arsenal of guns. It's definitely all about shooting guns. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just sort of takes away, it just sort of less comic books it, like I want a comic book movie where all the characters have their abilities and they're not all just using M16s. It kind of fucking, it's like, why are we having these characters then? But yeah, it doesn't ruin it. But yeah, this sort of creates like an awkward dissonance between how the villains play and how they've been written. And Rocksteady's clearly gone to great lengths to create a detailed world full of memorable characters who behave true to their comic book roots, which could have served as a good playground for DC fans. But what we got is like going to see your favorite football team only to find that for some reason they're playing baseball.
It's weird how they can do all this gunplay with the video game and stuff like that, but with their action figures, they don't supply the guns to the characters that should have the guns.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and we gotta make the Punisher wield swords now.
Yeah.
In the
not yeah. Like
Right.
What you call it? I picked up what's his name? Something, and he only had swords. I think it was Red
Griffin.
Hood, the Red Hood.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to have guns.
Wasn't it?
They're going by the Red Hood for DC and stuff like that.
Because I know Grifter was the same one. Grifter definitely should have pistols and shit. And he had
He had dual pistols.
Yeah.
So,
And I was that was when I saw him in the store when I the figure itself for I actually saw him, I was just like, wait a minute. I said, that's a Wildcats. That's Jim Lee's Wildcats. I'm just like, what? I said, in a DC box? I was like, hold up. I was caught off guard, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I was just blown away, and I was just like, is there gonna be more?
Yeah. Because I remember when he left Image, he went to took his characters to DC, and I was like, whoa, okay, that was crazy. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully.
And I didn't know about I didn't know about that game. That's new to me, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, this game's been a pretty big topic for a while, especially in our show DC Power Hour. We talked about it a lot. It's much anticipated. It's because Suicide Squad was a big movie.
Well, it was filmed. Some of it was filmed down here where I'm from, actually, in our old jail. One of the movies was, believe it or not.
Dope.
Got it.
Crazy.
Yeah, this is the first 30 minutes of the game right
We
here.
got work to do.
What?
These three get split off this time.
Suicide
It
Squad.
wasn't my fault we got lost. This time.
Y'all see it?
We should convene at the Daily Planet. It is a very central location.
Still playing tour guide.
Kind of get almost like a Gears of War kind of feel.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, basic third-person shooter. Obviously, graphics are next gen, very, very good looking. Whether that's coming across through on this, I don't know, but it's fucking HD, fucking 4K, 8K, beautiful. This is Deadshot,
I ain't
obviously.
letting a little shield stop me. Just gotta use my jetpack to get around. I thought we were meeting up. Shark.
Maneuvering through the air
Yeah,
has
shark.
advantages. Less land dwellers.
King Shark. There's like a little
Momentum
tutorial.
gravity
And
and mass in destructive concert. Yeah. If only there were enemies here.
can y'all still see it?
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get to go through all the different characters right away and play play all the different characters right off.
Yeah. At least you ain't gotta wait or progress through, to the game to play certain characters.
Yeah.
You see that? Take your time, sweetie. Let the mental boomerang make it back.
That's right.
Yeah.
So now you've played those three. There's a bit of a cutscene, and then you get to play Harley.
There is speculation that you may not bathe, but merely cleanse your weaponry.
Mate, where my boomerangs go, I go.
Yeah, but like I said, man, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's
Yeah.
but
You're really not helping your case.
I don't know. It's just
I've died, and this is what
it's
my hell looks
underwhelming.
like.
It's kind of like, man.
I get so many Spider-Man vibes from it.
Yeah.
And Fortnite.
Yeah, and Fortnite. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, actually, my son, he plays Valorant. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
would be like Valorant.
Yeah, my son plays like all of them.
I seen the tidbits from how Rocksteady, when they did Max Payne, where they show something on lettering or whatever on the side of the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So mix those little steel chopper.
Slow mode.
I ain't even gonna lie, 'cause I kind of didn't like that a part of what they did with Max Payne, because it made you. Are you saying I'm stupid? Like I don't know what's going on or know what I'm doing? Like,
What you mean when everything got slow?
Yeah.
well, not so much got slow, but then what? It's kind of like they're almost like tooltips in a way, where they be writing on the side of a ledge or yeah. I mean it. It's what's unique to them. So I've come to. It's just kind of a callback to how they've done it before. Which developers do that. They from other games. They keep certain aspects of what they do to makes them unique to them. Makes whatever unique to them.
Right.
Because that whole slow mo bullet time that was all Max Payne. Unique to Max Payne.
Yeah,
And but
started
there's so many other games that have kind of tried to utilize that formula.
Yeah. Ever since Max Payne, so many games have done that, but Max Payne was definitely the first one that I knew of. That did it.
Yep.
I had
felt
old Xbox.
Yep. I played it on a PC.
Yeah.
And then they took it from John Woo.
Yeah. And Mark Wahlberg played him in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dope little movie too.
A lot of people call it crap, man, but they don't know nothing good. I mean,
it's a cult classic.
Oh yeah, I mean they call Masters of the Universe the movie crap, but
that wasn't bad. Like really wasn't.
Nah.
You know what it was?
I loved it back in the day.
I loved it, man. I still love it to this day.
Yeah.
When I was a kid,
once in a while,
I hated it because it was not anything like the cartoon. It was not nothing like because I knew I was like,
what? Well, what did I say earlier, Reno? Change something different.
Little kids in 5th grade ain't thinking about that.
Oh, I know, but but trust me, Mattel, they said it themselves. Their whole intention was to have all the characters from the Filmation series be on there, but realistically, from a cost standpoint, there was and technology back then. I mean, nowadays they could do it, but they could pull it off, but they couldn't do it back then.
Got to do Orko right.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, that's why the purpose why they created Gwildor, because they didn't have. It had to be practical effects. It couldn't be. There was no way they back then, I mean, could look at Star Wars. I mean, it was all miniatures, and that's
he made starships out of razor blade and razor
Yep.
blades. So that's
I don't know
amazing.
why my mic keeps fucking up.
That's amazing within itself. When I seen the making of Star Wars and stuff like that, yo,
Mhm.
that I wanted to be a special effects guy and a prop
Me
guy.
too.
I was like,
Oh man, when I seen like
Me
Phil
too.
Tippett's stop motion work, dude,
yeah.
I just all that stuff, man. I just man.
And the king of puppets, Jim Henson. Come on.
Yep. He did when he did TMNT the movies.
Yeah.
Man, you can't get no better than that. That's golden, man.
Check
Yeah.
this out.
Hmm. Somebody's gonna come.
No, it's still playing.
Miss Waller. Hardcore.
Yeah.
And I did play those first two Arkham games, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. I love those games, man.
Matter of
I
fact,
love.
those are the last ones I played. I ain't really played a whole lot of superhero games, in a sense, but
My
Right.
name is Amanda Waller. I am the director of Argus, a division of Homeland Security.
Who did that look like?
mm-hmm.
That was crazy for a
I
second.
choose to make you an offer. You're tenacious as junkyard dogs. Desperate. Hungry. You know how to survive. Now that might make you the kings and queens of Arkham. But outside these walls, the world's forgotten about you. And you're going to spend the rest of your lives picking maggots out of prison meatloaf.
Damn.
Mm.
I could change that.
You know who she is from Mad TV.
I could be your
Yeah.
way out. A chance to
That
do
guard looked like Carl Weathers.
Right.
And then you got the hand like he was on Happy Gilmore. Remember?
Yep. Yeah. The wooden hand.
Mm-hmm.
I would be happy to introduce myself.
That won't be necessary, King Sean.
Hang on.
This is a microbomb injector from our friends at Lescorp. Stick it in your target's neck. Good night. You want this to be where you take your last breath?
Looks good though, man. At least it don't feel short. Like the scenes are long and
He won.
Yeah.
doesn't do or just adds more to it.
So,
I mean, after they do Joker 2, we're gonna see who plays the best Harley Quinn. I still think Robbie's the best one.
Who?
Robbie.
Oh yeah, Margot Robbie. Yeah,
Margot Robbie, she's the best.
for sure.
all right. Sorry.
I don't want to see no musical
Makes sense, Waller.
Joker.
Nah, me neither, bro.
I don't care nothing about Lady Gaga singing no fucking.
Nah.
Might be good. We'll see. But I don't. It's not what I'm into. Joker, the first movie was great, but it had nothing to do with no musical, so I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they want to change up.
That's completely changing the whole. That's
Yeah.
making it completely different. Yeah, it's a whole different thing now.
I think Hollywood, they're dried up. They need super big blockbusters, and they're out of those.
Well, and they already can't come up with anything original anymore. They're borrowing from stuff we already known from the past.
Well, yeah, well, when they want to make something, big or whatever, they want to make a change. They want to make it new and fresh. I think they really should try to focus on also keeping the fucking original fans.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna change it, but we're not gonna alienate everyone who fucking liked it before. That's I don't get why they do that. They do that so much now. I mean, especially if you race swap, if you gender swap, if you make a character gay who wasn't gay, I mean, all that kind of stuff. That's gonna alienate the entire fan base. And it's just
Right.
it doesn't make sense. I get wanting to change and evolve and all that. And yeah, you should do that, but you should do it in a way that fucking is in
Pays homage.
line with the
Right.
fucking story that you fucking are telling. I don't know, man. It just seems weird that it's like it seems like a fad. It seems like there's a lot of going on.
And I've witnessed it too, not just in games, but in other media too. You know, it's just almost like, oh, we got to be politically correct, and you
Yeah.
know all this that. I'm just like, bro, I just I see so much of it, man. I don't like it. So
I think there's two blockbusters that can bring Hollywood back into the fold of understanding if they do it right. Masters of the Universe and Voltron.
They need to bring Airwolf back.
Voltron would be crazy.
Maybe Thundercats.
That would be crazy too.
But they got to do Thundercats in a way where you incorporate the Silverhawks.
Yep. All those entities need to be coming back, man. I mean, they just been dying. I just don't understand. It's untapped potential. I just can't fathom as to why they just let Brave Star. They just let it just sitting. It's sitting off into a corner and like in the dark part of your closet, man. It's almost like it's niche to or it's against the law to talk about it.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll get to them eventually. They'll realize it. And I mean, Master of the Universe, the movie, it's still out there. There was another studio trying to pick it up, because Sony backed out. This is after it was like 33 mil had already been spent and exercised on the film, and it just kind of hit a snag with Sony backing out. So it's just on hiatus right now. It's coming. It's gonna come. I can promise you, man.
I think Netflix will be the one that ultimately pick it up, since
it will be.
They're having so much success and buzz around this last iteration with the Revolution. I think now
it's only it's only gonna give it more steam, for it to be finished.
And I think they should name this next the animation if Kevin Smith is has ears out there, call it Retaliation, because you got
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. But a lot of people, believe it or not, didn't like the whole naming it, the first one Revelation and the next one Revolution, because their whole thought process was it just hard to you get them mixed up, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it don't bother me. But
wow, look at the animation on those clips. That's crazy.
It looks good. I mean, they should be good. I mean, that's games need to be. I mean, you got these systems out here, that are so powerful. Like people are really not really been taking advantage of that power, man. And it's there, waiting for somebody to take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. So Reno, you pause. I mean, you're muted. Oh.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I was talking to my son. He just started doing his YouTube show, man. He's
awesome, man.
Hyped about it. Yeah, he's
dope.
He's a big gamer too. So yeah, we all gamers. Yeah, we all gamers. Slade, we all gamers in here. Yeah, we all gamers.
I'm not as hardcore as I used to be, but I play a little here and a little there.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. Yeah, I've been a gamer since fucking. I was old enough to. I mean, I put a controller in my son's hand when he was 2.
I've been playing since 1985 when Nintendo came out.
Yeah, me too. Exactly. I remember getting the first Nintendo. I remember getting I got the one with Gyromite, and it had a robot Rob
Yep.
and fucking
That was
Duck
a kind
Hunt.
of that one you don't even nowadays you don't a lot of people I would say really didn't have that one. That was kind of
That was a
a
rare
little
one.
that was a off the
Yeah.
wall one you rarely ever seen.
Yeah, it was weird because like I was probably 9 or 10, and so I just thought that's how all Nintendos were. And every time I would go to a friend's house or someone's house, they never had that Nintendo, and I was like, "What the fuck is it?" I couldn't figure it out at the time, but yeah, that's what that
But it
was. I
made
don't
you
know
you know it made
where
you
the fuck.
unique. So
Yeah, I don't know where they got it. I don't know where my parents got the shit, but yeah, that was well, probably my grandparents got it for them or something because they didn't have no money. But yeah, it was I was hooked, man. It was Duck Hunt and
yep,
Mario as a combo
yep,
cartridge. I got Kung Fu, Excite Bike.
yep, yep, yep.
Those were my favorite, hands down. And fucking what you call it? Yeah, Gyromite and the Rob Robot. Never played it once, not once. Never fucked with it. Never turned it on. It never worked. It never worked. Got the Power Glove.
Yep.
Never worked. All the shit Nintendo put out, it never fucking worked. Most of their shit didn't work. Most of their stuff, they tried it. It was experimental. They put it out, and it just never worked.
Yeah.
Even that Virtual Boy was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They didn't start really hitting the ground running until GameCube, really 64. 64 really. But the best, I mean, they tried with the Wii and the Wii U and all of that, but the best apparatus, the best product they've ever fucking made is the Switch, hands down.
Well, I can say yes, as far as the system itself, but the cradle, that's much to be desired, man. Because you mess up that cradle a little bit, man, you can't even.
What, the dock?
Yeah, the dock, the cradle. Yep.
Yours fucked up.
Yeah, it's flawed.
Word.
Yeah, I bought like 5 switches.
I was gonna say we've had 3 of them. We got the OLED, we got the other 2, and it's never had a problem with the dock.
Like my sons, they usually you could put different switches in the dock. My youngest, he's like, yo, I can't even get this to play on this dock.
We never swapped them. I never swapped it. Like I always used the Switch to the dock. I never thought about swapping them. I don't know.
Yeah, that's news to that's new to me. Of course, I've been an Xbox guy, but since it's 360, but
I was an Xbox guy because when the Xbox came out and PlayStation 2, they kind of came out at the same time. I was of the mind that shit, I'm going with Microsoft. That's Microsoft. Fuck you mean Sony, Microsoft, motherfucker, and their computers. Like I'm definitely going Microsoft on that. So I was like a Xbox fanatic until 360 was phenomenal. The One had that. It wasn't until the PS5 when I started to realize that it became that PlayStation has all these fucking exclusive games. Xbox really doesn't have any games that make you need an Xbox. I don't care about Halo. Every other game you can get it on PlayStation, but PlayStation has a ton of fucking games that I want that you cannot get on Xbox. Right. God of War, Spider-Man, it's
PlayStation. They're slowly but surely.
No, they put out a statement that they're like, we're done. We're no longer competing in the video game market. Like we'll continue to put out, the best hardware. That's what we do, but like we can't even compete in the gaming market anymore because PlayStation is just coming with the games, man, and they can't keep up. And they're not gonna try. They're like, we're good. We're not gonna try. They got their own shit to worry about. They got computers, and it's still Microsoft. So,
right.
But they still got the Wi-Fi, and they were the best at all of that. So, and in my opinion, even when you looked at side by side PlayStation, Xbox, I always thought Xbox had a better looking game. Yeah, I'm not just console. I mean, on the screen, like I thought the games looked better on Xbox a little bit.
And they had the better service too. The better
They did.
live service. That what drew me in was
Oh,
it's always.
definitely. They had the live service. Yeah, for a
And then
while
Yeah,
they
I
you
were
mean,
getting
cause
the
I
most.
ain't even gonna lie. I was on PlayStation Network back when you didn't have to pay for it. You know, I was
Right.
playing Unreal Tournament 2000. What was it, 2003 or I don't
2000.
even remember, man. I remember buying the PS3 for two reasons: Metal Gear Guns of the Patriots and the Blu-ray player.
Mm. Yeah, the Blu-ray player. That was their sort of gimmick that they were using to pull people in.
Yeah,
Hmm
you can watch
But
it.
Xbox was always running the show until fucking the 5 came out and people started realizing that unless you're a big Halo fan, there's no reason to buy an Xbox.
Right.
And you know, a lot of people don't really like because PlayStation has a lot of exclusives, but they're mostly anime type games, which
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, that kind of shit. Which for me is great. I'm cool with that. But you also have God of War and Spider Man and all these other properties that are just fucking cool. And Xbox just doesn't really have any. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
exclusive games, and they focused always on first person shooters. Xbox was all about first person shooters, and I'm not
multiplayer.
really.
Yeah,
That's not really my bag. So really,
right,
I should have been a PlayStation guy the whole time, but
right.
Yeah.
hardware wise, the game, nah, definitely Xbox. And
Cause
I had
I
go ahead.
yeah. Nah, I was gonna say I've always been more of a single player RPG kind of a guy, story
Exactly,
related, story driven. I mean, far back as
exactly.
like playing games like Take One and Take You Back, like Echo the Dolphin on Sega. You
Mhm.
know, just because I went from Nintendo to Sega, from Sega to Sony, and from Sony to 360. I didn't get the original Xbox, but and I'd probably still been with Sony had I not, due to a good friend of mine, he was like, hey man, I want you to check out. We're gonna do a LAN party at the crib. Won't you come over here and kick it with us, man? And we're gonna have blah blah blah, some chicks over, and we're gonna do a Halo 2 tournament. I'm like, what the hell is Halo? Uh, and cause it's new to me, and then he got me on the Gears of War, and then it started. I was like, Halo 2. I was like, no, we not. We gon' I don't know about you, bro, but I'm done. You done got something. You done created a monster now, so it's all Gears of War from here on out. So I
Yeah,
was hardcore Gears of War 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
After Gears of War 1, the rest of them sucked. Second one sucked. Third one sucked. Fourth one sucked. They all sucked.
yeah. It was not for me, man. Like I said, I'm not a first person shooter guy, but I definitely see the
But
appeal
Gear,
now. Well,
when
now that
Gears was a third person over the shoulder shooter.
Well, yeah, and now that PlayStation 5 is better than an Xbox, there's really no reason. I mean,
Oh yeah,
hardware wise, there's just no
right,
reason
yeah.
anymore to go with Xbox.
Microsoft will change it up where they gonna whoever created their Halos, the PlayStation will acquire it just like it did all the Sega and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I was sad when I remember when Sega went to strictly software only and they got out of the whole hardware bit. I'd heard
Mhm.
I think all of us did when we heard that they were going to possibly kind of venture back into a console war so to speak, but we could only hope. So I mean I even heard about Atari making a
yeah,
comeback. I'm just like I ain't gonna believe until I see it,
yeah,
so.
Yeah,
And I had them all. So I had the 2600, the 2800 series.
Yep.
yeah. But Suicide Squad kills Justice League. The Justice League dies. Obviously, they do kill them. We already said spoiler alert. It kills Justice League. Flash is the first one that dies. Flash dies is from another. The one that dies is from another dimension. The first hero in Suicide Squad takes down. In Rocksteady's latest project is Flash. You've got his death is filmed, like it takes place on camera, with players being able to see how he's shot down once and for all. But there's one minor detail that sort of could hint this specific version of Flash. Hint that he's from another dimension, another world. and that's he's got 5 fingers on both of his hands.
Mm.
And see, at the beginning of the game, Captain Boomerang cuts Barry Allen's left thumb off with a boomerang, and as a result, the next time we see the corrupted version of Barry Allen, because remember they're like brainwashed. He's using prosthetics of sorts, which can be better seen in the game, obviously, but it he sort of has a blue metallic thumb on his left hand, and it makes sense considering that he lost the very same finger earlier in the game. But when players really, take Flash down, his real thumb is attached once again to his body, except there's no prosthetics involved this time around. So you can take a look at his magically cured hand, at the in the way they animate it. It's dope. But it's pretty well known that Flash has a healing factor, right? Because he's got that super speed metabolism and all of that, and but he's not really able to like regrow limbs, like Deadpool or something like that. But it could mean that Barry will, you know, well, it could be that he dies. The Barry that dies comes from another world where he never lost his left thumb in the first place. And so all throughout the boss fight, we see how multiple copies of Flash sort of appear on the screen at the same time. So it's like, there's all these flashes from different
alternate realities,
right? And at first I thought that he just moved so fast that we, could see him at different places all at once. But there are 2 definite versions of Barry involved in the boss fight. You've got the real one from our world with the prosthetic finger, who would go on to survive and be in the game, and then the alternate version who eventually dies, at the hands of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, cause I hear him call him, what are they, alternate Flash?
Yeah. Yeah. Green Lantern, they killed Green Lantern. There's no blood when Green Lantern died. Amanda Waller orders the Suicide Squad to take him down, and so that the shield that he created around Brainiac's ship would disappear. So they could take, but after Deadshot, puts a bullet in John Stewart, the shield is still up, and so even Captain Boomerang notices, and then asks Floyd, like if he missed, and of course, Deadshot never misses. So but there's another interesting detail that hints that Green Lantern is still alive. You can see that there's no blood around his head, even when he was shot right between the eyes. And the only place where there's like a splash of blood is below his hand, where King Shark cut off his finger. And so maybe Deadshot fired John Stewart with a blank bullet, explaining the lack of blood around his head while, still having the actual injury on his right hand. But at first I thought maybe Rockstar didn't want to be too graphic with the hero's deaths, giving solid explanation for the whole, confusing moment. But when Batman finally dies at the end, we see how Batman bleeds from his head after he gets shot. Speaking of which, Batman's death, the big controversy about Batman dying, could be a hallucination, because it would be really fucking stupid for Rockstar to kill Arkham Batman.
Could be like a mirage.
Yeah, for this game, dude, don't kill Batman for this game.
Right.
Don't kill Batman for this
I mean,
game.
hell, they kill Superman, so I mean,
Yeah.
But out of every other member of the Justice League, Batman had the most convincing death, aside from Wonder Woman, of course, who turned into dust, like Infinity War. But there's no incongruencies here, during or after his perish. But truth be told, everything seems to check out just fine. Like it wouldn't surprise us if he's the only hero that doesn't make a comeback. Considering Kevin Conroy, the voice, is not going to be able to come back. So I guess maybe that was their sort of, maybe
A
that's
lot.
why they killed him. Right.
Yeah, yeah. It could have been their reasoning for why they did it the way they did it.
Anything's possible. Superman could have also survived, but last but not least, obviously we got to talk about Superman's apparent death, but or lack thereof. We do see him plummet down and lay on the floor with a lot of scars, but unlike Batman, who we saw was bleeding after being shot in the head, there's nothing to indicate Superman is dead or really gone for good. If the rest of the Justice League does come back in like a post-launch season of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Superman could easily return, as well as Rocksteady claiming that he never died in the first place. It would be very easy with the way they left it.
Mhm.
You know,
Well, being one obviously is a human being Batman, so he can be killed, with no issue whatsoever, easily, very easily. And but however, Superman, being more of a, he has powers,
right?
So there's a strong, there's a Grand Canyon between them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. I mean, speaking of which, we can see how every hero's corpse is transported back to Brainiac's ship after they die, and wouldn't you know it, that's the place where Superman goes to be stabilized after being stabbed with a big piece of green kryptonite by Wonder Woman earlier in the game. And so, as far as we know, the Justice League, is going to be revived or whatever, or is truly gone in the Arkham verse. We don't know, but since this game has a lot of post-launch story-based additions planned, uh, Rocksteady could still rectify things. They could bring DC's, heroes back. It would make sense. It's just really damn stupid for them to kill Batman, or any of these guys, but
There's
definitely
a
Batman.
purpose.
It's Arkham.
There's a purpose. Just bear that in mind. There's a purpose for what they're doing. So you'll find out eventually.
Yeah. Yep. And but hey, if you guys are on the fence, about a $70 game, we kind of do have to be weary nowadays. We can't just buy any old game anymore.
Yeah, don't take it on face value.
Yeah,
Games.
I mean,
Oh,
there's been a lot of split opinions about Suicide Squad. There's a lot of people that hate it, a lot of people like it, but some people just trust Rocksteady to deliver an experience worthy of rivaling the heights reached by Arkham and other great games that they've done. But some fans don't like the concept of having to seemingly kill the Justice League. Like, they don't like that aspect of it. For me, I have no problems there. None. I like playing bad guys in video games. Anytime there's like video game like where you can choose to be bad or good, I'm always the bad guy. Always. That's just how I roll. It's more fun. I think it's more fun to be bad, obviously, and you're doing it
Right.
in a video game.
Well, yeah,
It's
you're
more
what
fun.
what am I thinking about? You're not following the mainstream, so to speak. You're going off the cuff. You're going down
Yeah.
that other road. So
Yeah, I mean, in real life, we can't be supervillains, right? We can't do
right.
that. So it's fun to do it in a game. Like, what's the game?
Dare to be different.
What is it? The Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old
Mhm.
Republic 2, where you Sith Lord, and in that game, you can be you're supposed to become a Sith. I mean, you're supposed to be a bad guy, and so, but you can be good or bad, and it's
Right.
choice based. Another game is Fable, was another great Xbox game that I loved, that was
I
choice
remember
based.
Fable. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the bad guy every time.
Yep.
It's just funner, but yeah, I mean, so if you want to know, like, should I buy the game or not, it's really if you like this type of game or not. It's a good looking game. It's, do you like third person adventure games? You just saw basically a clip of it, so it is what it is. It's very much there it is. There's nothing
Yeah.
special or weird or crazy about it. It's just an adventure game.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's like if you like those characters, if you're into DC, if you're into comics, if you're into those characters, and you like video games, third person adventure games with stunning graphics, yeah, spend $70. You'll have fun.
Mm.
I would
Yeah,
say. That's
yeah,
my
cause I'd
recommendation.
heard the Spider-Man games were good. I
Yeah,
hadn't,
they were good. If
Yeah.
not a little short, for me, like Baldur's Gate is still I'm still playing. Like
mhm.
that's my favorite game right now.
Yeah, and they're
Baldur's
slowly
Gate 3.
phasing out the PS4 because there's a lot of titles now that they have to use the PS5 for the graphics, the RAM that it holds, all the data that it holds. Like the PS, like what was it, Miles Morales game
Mhm.
was only for PS5, I believe.
Yeah, the
Or
Spider-Man games are only for Sony because Sony
yeah,
owns Spider-Man.
no,
Yep.
I'm saying for the PS5. They didn't make one for PS4.
Oh, no, Miles, yeah, no, they didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So now they're
Spider-Man
trying
2.
to keep it. All right, now we're evolving. So these old consoles are just there.
No, I think they did make a Miles. It was Spider-Man 2 they
Right,
didn't make.
Spider-Man 2, yeah, they didn't make it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess they're phasing it out to where okay, those who play the PS4, okay, that's that type of graphics you're dealing with. Now, the
Right.
way we make them now, the graphics cards, the upgrades won't translate well in the old systems. Now you got to upgrade to the five in
But I
order.
think you're not. I hear from like Call of Duty players, like for example, they hate that they're still going, they're still incorporating last gen, like they're still living in the past, so to speak.
Hmm.
So it's like why I what got me into the Series X was for obviously for the Assassin's Creed Mirage,
Hmm.
taking advantage of that system, and that was one of the main reasons as to why I upgraded because originally I had the 1S,
Okay.
previously, and I was content. I'd had it since 2017 and
Yeah.
been enjoying the hell out of it. And then next thing this I hear about the next Assassin's Creed. I was like, I've been playing I've been a Call of Duty dude, but I'm not hardcore or none. I just play it just to have be able to play with my friends. Have something multiplayer wise. Because I
Yeah.
was again come from Gears of War. For all those years and just want something I can play with my homies, and just hang out.
Yeah.
So Call of Duty was obviously the natural go to
Yeah.
because it was there. I had to get used to the first person bit, because I've always been a third person guy
Mm.
at heart. So when I'd heard word of Assassin's Creed Mirage, I was like, yo, I went down and spent the money and got the system. So I was like, it was a no brainer.
Hmm. Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course,
The Switch is gonna be there. They got a Switch 2 that's on the way. So they're really yeah, Switch 2 is coming out. Switch 2 is gonna be a completely, different system. Obviously they're gonna keep it handheld. It's still gonna be a portable system.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that they're gonna probably have some sort of flip screen or double screen so that two people can look at it from both sides, or there's gonna be some gimmick like that
Well, they
because
have to have a different cradle this time because there have been
yeah,
complaints
there you go.
that cradle where you're slipping it in, but the connector piece it can get bent easily, or it
Right.
doesn't connect with the system properly, and you it's crazy. So
and
now
Yeah.
now
And
they
I've witnessed their evolution too, and it's
yeah
crazy because
Yeah.
it's just like they've deterred entirely from the console ordeal into handheld. 'Cause I remember Game Boy,
yeah
uh, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like they took that. They was like, hey man, I mean,
PSP was the best.
yeah, right, right.
yeah
So it's just
or
like,
Vita
man,
Yeah.
we're gonna stay,
Yeah,
we're
Vita.
gonna we're gonna stay mobile and keep it that way. I mean, I've never owned one. I've never played one, but I've heard, obviously reviews of people who own them. I mean, they enjoy the hell out of them.
mhm,
I'd like to try one just for giggles, just to see what it's about.
Mm.
Because I've always
Mm.
been just an Xbox guy since 360, and I think it was what 2006. But of course, I'm not a big gamer like I used to be either, you know. So
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good looking game, Justice League. It's generic at best. It's pretty basic. It's really you've played it before. Shit like that is not very interesting or creative. It's not God.
Oh,
yep,
your mic is mute.
yeah, you muted just
Hang on, let me
there you
fix.
go.
Yeah, let me fix this shit.
Mm.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. It keeps wanting to put it back. See?
I know a
Mm.
lot of
Check,
people
check.
have.
How's that sound?
Oh yeah,
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 that's
Hang
good.
good.
on. That better?
Yeah,
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
that
So
mic has
yeah,
always been kind of funky.
yeah. I was just saying if you like that kind of game, it's a basic generic third person game, Justice League, nothing special about it, nothing groundbreaking. It's not like God of War where there's game changing anything. It's real just like another one of those games, kind of shit.
They need to
Mm.
make an X-Men game like that. You
Hmm.
know, that would be I would really enjoy that. Even
Well,
maybe just
they're building. One of them is about to come out right now. Well, Wolverine, the Wolverine
right.
game, and it looks amazing. I've seen some of the gameplay for it. It's gonna be fucking dope. It reminds me of what's the Wolverine X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
That game was very underrated.
Yeah.
Very underrated. I think it's the best Wolverine game probably to date. It's third person. He's a big size character. You ever played the Deadpool game?
Mm-mm.
No. No.
Well, it's like the Deadpool game. But yeah, they're very similar. So it's that kind of game. But that's kind of how this new Wolverine game looks. So it's gonna be very good. I think there's a Blade game coming after that, but yeah, a full on X-Men game hasn't really happened since X-Men Legends 2,
Mm.
which is easily my favorite like X-Men one of my favorite video games of all time. X-Men Legends 2 and Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2,
Yeah. Ultimate
best
Alliance.
comic games out there.
I like Ultimate Alliance.
Phenomenal.
The gameplay on it is like it's nice. It's
Very
just
nice.
easy flow. You could switch from character to character in the mission. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, so X-Men Legends is the X-Men version of Ultimate Alliance.
Mm.
It's a game. It's just like Ultimate Alliance, but it's X-Men. And X-Men Legends 2 is with Apocalypse and all that shit.
Okay, I
Yeah,
might have
it's
to check
it's
that out then.
oh yeah, bro. It's easily one of the best video games, period.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, Justice League, take it or leave it. But the ending, Batman dies, does he really die? Probably not. But we'll see.
Because it's
We'll see.
Batman.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, do
That's
they
what
ever
it-
really die?
right.
Never.
They never really die, so
Can't have him.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. But yeah, we definitely rocked out for a couple hours tonight. It's going on 3 hours, man. But we had a good show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Got more.
we yeah, man. And
Nice.
Cringer, my best friend, welcome, man. And it was great to have you.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah. I
Definitely.
appreciate the opportunity, man, and just to be able to talk about Master City Universe, because any excuse to do it, I take advantage of, man. And again, this is something I've done all my life, and
Hmm.
this is my
Hmm.
dad's legacy that was left to me from him. So I mean
Yeah.
that says it all. So
Yeah.
and I couldn't be thankful, to have good friends and I used to do this. I tell the story. I've told it before. I used to do this by myself. That what it wasn't no social media involved, and I was just part of a community forum. He-Man.org, which is no longer with us. But hey, man, I got a new home now. Is with my boy Raw and my boy Casual Toy Collector. So, and again, love branching out, man, and love anybody who allows me to hang and you know
Absolutely.
express my love for what I do. So
Absolutely, man. And I
Facts.
forgot, y'all. I forgot. I was gonna show y'all the penguin photos, man. Hold on, man. We can't end the show yet. One of the main topics. I know it's people here want to see the penguin pictures. So the new show, obviously the spin-off for the Batman, Matt Reeves, the Batman 7 meets fucking 89 Batman, basically.
mm,
Super good movie. Um Colin Farrell plays the Penguin, a mob boss type gangster Sopranos style character. And he's got a spin-off show um series that will be coming out, and there's a new batch of set photos from the New York City production of Max's. It's HBO Max, called Max. Show's called The Penguin. And we've got the photos for you. And they were basically on Twitter and shit like that. But I will definitely share them with y'all now. Any second, I promise. Here it comes. All right, there we go. Bink, 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 bink. Come on, there we go. There we go. There he is. Look at that guy.
oh
But there, I mean, he's doing the. It's very comic accurate. Penguin looks just like this in a couple of the more realistic comics.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks
That's
great.
crazy.
And then,
I wonder what took place during that right there.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, big apocalyptic event.
Yeah. Now, are they making this
A
penguin
bomb.
into like a anti-hero thing?
I no. This is gonna be like a mob show. Like he's a gangster.
Mm.
Oh, so I see. He's gonna be going against old boy's crew, like
Yes,
because when they left it off from the Batman, he and old boy wasn't on great terms.
right.
And forget the
It's
other
like
guy.
a yeah. It's like a
Falcone,
mob
yeah,
boss. Yeah.
Falcone,
Yeah, so
Falcone, yeah,
yeah. So okay, I could dig that. I think that's a legitimate move.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, bro. The show. Hold on, I got some more pictures, but the show is gonna be cool because the Batman is my favorite Batman movie since I don't
89.
know, man, since '89 probably. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I
Hold
already
on,
know.
what's the
I'm
name?
gonna put it out there to at least from my point of view. 89 is there ain't nothing ever gonna touch 89. 89's you
Hell
can
no.
keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, but it ain't don't matter. It don't
Mm,
matter to me. I was just so that's what when I heard Michael Keaton coming back to play the character, I was like, man,
mm.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Beetlejuice too. So,
Yeah,
uh,
it's gonna be
man, I
crazy.
love Michael Keaton, man.
Yeah, man. Michael Keaton, no joke. But
Yeah,
yeah, that
Keaton is Batman. Nicholson is Joker. Like I don't see it
Yep.
no other way. I can't.
I would hope, I just can't get another. Obviously, Batman Returns, another Keaton movie, Batman
yeah.
movie. Danny DeVito,
Yeah, that
Ooh,
was a good one too.
his
yeah, it's
Penguin
Penguin.
is just like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. That's
Yeah, iconic,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
iconic.
you can't ever replace them. I mean, and believe it, I know this is crazy to say. I have yet to actually watch Rob, Pattinson's Batman. The
What?
last Bat. Yeah, like
yeah, yeah.
legit, like
I keep on
mainly
telling him
because
he need to watch it.
Just because
bro.
I'm
Bro.
I watched Christian Bale's Batman, but I was even
All right.
before that even started, I was on the fence of even because I'm
Did you?
so like living in the past of '89 Batman, Keaton's
All right.
Batman. I'm
All
just
right.
like
Did you like? Did you like that movie Seven with Brad Pitt and
I
Morgan
never
Freeman?
watched it. I know of it, but
All
I've
right.
watched like clips here or there, but
Well, I can't. We can't. I don't know.
No.
yeah, it's weird,
Nah,
certain things.
you'll love the Batman. The Batman is it's
Maybe
it's
it's
a
crazy.
noir, it's a detective story. It's like
Right,
really
yeah.
getting into his
That's
skills
what
as
I
a
heard, yeah.
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 And I
Batman.
think
It's
my
Batman
biggest
more
turn
of a
off
detective.
was Rob Pattinson as Batman, mainly because he
Of
came from
course.
Twilight. Yeah, that's my natural.
Of course.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm
At
gonna watch
first, I
it.
was like, "What?
Yeah,
Fuck
Yeah, I was
no,
like, what?
same here.
no."
The
I was like
sprinkly
instant chick. I
vampire.
got instant chick flick
Yeah.
vibes. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like, bro, like
Forget it.
what?
Forget all that, bro.
Oh
Hanging
Forget
yeah,
out with
all
like
that, bro.
that's like
he's one of my
Ghostbusters with
favorite
female.
Batmans.
Yeah, it's
He's
like
one of
female
my favorite
Ghostbusters, bro.
Batman.
Don't do it to me.
Bro,
Don't
it's
play with me.
70. It's Batman 89, the Batman, period. And then
Yes,
everything else.
yes.
I'm gonna
It's
check
that
it
good.
out.
Bill ain't got nothing on this Batman.
It's Batman 89, fucking the Batman, then Batman the animated series, then every other Batman movie.
See,
I'll check it
me,
out.
I go 66,
Right,
89
of
into
course.
this
Yeah.
one. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's how
I
I
I
go.
I did enjoy the original Adam West and
Yeah,
series. Yeah,
Adam West. That'll always be my first seeing.
It was funny, but it was always real campy. I like a
Yeah,
more
I mean,
serious
for what it
Batman.
was, but as a little kid, you watching it, you're like, "Yo, it's Batman," and that was me,
Yeah,
Batman. You can ask my
yeah,
brother. This guy,
and
we had
nobody.
underoos. I was
Yep,
yeah,
Batman. He was Robin.
yep.
yeah,
I didn't
definitely.
want to be Robin, but I'm Batman. You can't be Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And can't nobody, I mean, other than Jack Nicholson was the only one could get close to playing Cesar Romero's Joker, man.
That's Caesar
It's
Romero.
almost scary when I seen the whole scene in the original '89 Batman where he's sitting at the desk after he killed old what's his face and he's looking at the paper with all blood stains on it and he says, "Wait till they get a load of me," and
Yeah,
then he does the
Yeah,
laugh.
man.
yeah,
I fell
Oh
off the
my
couch. I
god.
was like, "What?"
yeah.
Oh, so many iconic lines in that movie. He killed it, bro. He was that whole movie. He was the whole movie. And Keaton was just like
He was there
cool.
too. I
He was
mean,
there. He was cool.
just the
But he
back.
was there. But it was fucking Nicholson,
Yeah,
bro. That movie was
it
the
was
Joker.
Yeah, he went crazy
It
with
should
that.
be called. It should be called fucking the Joker, and
yeah,
straight up.
yeah,
It should be called Joker.
But
But yeah,
you got
sorry, go.
Batman,
I'll
bro.
check it
You
out
gotta
for sure.
You
Yeah.
have to.
have to,
If
man,
you're a fan of Batman, you need to watch it. Period.
and you'll
And
understand. It's
don't compare it to Batman 89 because don't think of the Batmobile and don't think of comics because it's very much like what if Batman existed almost in like the real world. Whereas like the Batmobile is like a muscle car that he fucking souped up with jet engines and shit. But it's just a regular car. Like
Right. Look at it
you
from the
know,
standpoint of him being an actual police detective in a
yeah,
superhero.
and he's only been Batman for 2 years too. So he's
Kind of look at it like a Nash Bridges kind of a feel, you know.
yeah.
I don't
Well,
know that. I
a
don't
little
know
bit.
Nash Bridges. I don't know that, but I know Seven. I know like noir detective.
Right.
Dark.
He's got.
Like his detective prowess. Look at
Well,
if you ever remember.
Max Payne was dark, man. He
Max
was.
Payne. It's like
Yeah.
Max Payne. Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
that.
it's crazy. The
It's like
cinematography.
that.
Yeah,
That's a
I just
very much.
obviously I'll have
Yeah.
to look past obviously Rob Pattinson because I've just
yeah.
Just forget that he was in Twilight, bro. He
right.
plays a
Yeah.
good young.
You know.
This
He
dude.
plays a young good, and he
Telling
doesn't look like Twilight either because his hair isn't all spiky. He just
bro, he's hardcore,
Yeah.
man.
he's Bruce Wayne, bro. He's young Bruce Wayne. Period.
Yeah, he ain't
You
got his
know,
GQ look going on, you know.
Nah, he's young Bruce Wayne.
there was a movie. I mean,
He's
there
like
is a movie
fucking.
Oscars, but just for superhero shit,
Yeah.
he'll get an Oscar for Batman.
Now I seen the chick playing Catwoman. I forgot her name, but
Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah,
She's phenomenal.
yeah,
She killed it.
she's dope. She's always been dope to me. Even
And
when
she
she
looks like Catwoman.
that the one series with the old girl. Who was that?
You know, my favorite actor in that movie is fucking Gordon, Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, he got a new movie out too. He's crazy, but yeah,
No,
who plays him in
Jeffrey
that?
Wright.
Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Wright.
Wright. He's one of my favorite actors. Period. He's one of the best. I think he's one of the best actors ever to fucking act. The
Yeah, he
dude's
got wild.
amazing. His range is crazy. You ever seen him in where he was in fucking? I think it was Shaft.
Yeah, my man Peoples. They call me
Peoples.
My
You can play Peoples and you can play, bro. The range of this guy is scary. It's fucking
Yeah,
scary.
yeah. He's bugged out, and he got a
He
new movie.
played Basquiat. He played, yeah. He's
Yeah.
crazy. He's crazy. He's
Then he was
crazy.
also in what was it?
Westworld.
Come on, man. The guy is crazy, man.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites. So he's Gordon. He plays a great Gordon. I can't
And,
wait to see
and he's not even
where.
Gordon. He's just regular not Lieutenant.
There's Alfred in it, or
Yeah, they have
The
an
guy that
Alfred.
plays Smeagol, the guy that plays Claude.
yeah.
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 What's his name?
Circus, Andy Circus.
Yes, Andy
Yeah,
Serkis. Yeah, and then you've got the kid that plays the Riddler is what the fuck's his name?
Yeah, that
Nah,
Riddler.
it's not coming to me. But yeah, and the Riddler, what were you gonna say?
The Riddler is sadistic as fuck.
Yeah, bro, he's a straight up serial killer. Straight up.
Yo, with with riddles. Yo, this dude is
Right.
crazy.
Straight up serial killer, and then Joker at the very end pops in, and if you like the Batman 66, the campy 66 Batman, you remember how whenever the Joker would start laughing and the Riddler would start laughing and they would have this little laugh off in the Batman show in the 66 one?
Yeah.
They do that in this movie. It's a nod to the 66 Batman show where they do it. Yeah, they do that at the end. So that's pretty cool.
But don't
But-
give any more spoilers. He has to watch it.
Right.
I want you to watch it, bro.
It's
I'll
not a
check it out.
spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It's an end
I
thing.
ain't got. I'm off tomorrow, so. I'll
Yeah,
check it
bro.
out.
You'll like it.
You enjoy it. You'll be like, whoa, okay.
So the Penguin show is written and created by by showrunner Lauren LaFrance and is based on the character created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane, obviously the Penguin, but it does serve as a TV spinoff to the Matt Reeves the Batman movie. And you know, he was Colin Farrell played Penguin there with Robert Pattinson. Besides Colin Farrell's Oswald Cobblepot and Penguin, the series will also be led by Kristen Milioti as Sophia Falcone. So she'll be one of the bad guys or rivals, I guess, because they're both bad guys. Alberto Franci and Clancy Brown as Salvatore Maroni, who's the other mob boss.
Yeah.
And they'll be joined by Renzi Feliz, Michael Kelly, Carmen Edgego, and David Holmes, and a few other people that we've never heard of. But what to expect from Colin Farrell's the Penguin in a previous interview, what's his name? What's his fucking name? Michael Kelly said, who signed on for the role as John Vitti, one of the gangsters, said that Farrell's mind-blowing leading performance. He said, I was doing the Penguin and we stopped right in the middle because of the strike. He said, I had only one day left of filming and I'm done with that now. It's crazy too because now I'm a free agent for the first time in 10 years, and it's exciting and terrifying. Uh,
Interesting.
but yeah, but following the death of John Turturro's character, Falcone, Carmine Falcone, in the Batman, the Penguin will see uh, Oswald Cobblepot, becoming the new boss, the new mob boss of Gotham, right? That's sort of what the show is about. So that for the Batman Part 2, we can just sort of start the movie and Penguin is the boss of everything.
Yeah.
Because at the end of Batman 1, it's implied that he's gonna take over, but he's still a henchman at this point. He's still a nobody, really. So we assume that he's gonna become do whatever, but we don't see it. So instead of wasting a bunch of time in the Batman 2 with that whole origin story, they're gonna do it in this little mini spin-off series, which is brilliant. It's what Marvel was doing with the Disney Plus series. That was their goal. They fucking botched the fuck out of it, but DC's gonna stick the landing here, and they're gonna fucking do this little Penguin series, and it's gonna show the rise of Penguin, and then we roll right into Batman 2, and Penguin's the boss, and we get to see the story laid out, instead of having to go through all of that. So and that movie is currently scheduled for October 2025. So not that really that long.
It'd be dope. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I was just thinking out loud. It'd be dope if they show Scarecrow in this.
Oh,
As the drug dealer, as the true drug dealer, pharmaceutical Batman.
Yeah.
With
I
the-
heard
That would
I
be
heard they were doing Clayface, or Clayface is gonna have his own show.
Whoa.
I can see him doing that. So like, because if they're gonna do a Penguin, they're just gonna continue doing, or it's like origins of everybody, you know.
Yeah, and this Clayface is gonna be more of a horror story, they said. Where Clayface is not like necessarily a monster, but more of like a guy who can, change his appearance, like Zartan kind of thing.
Almost kind of reminds me of a movie that I really enjoy with Liam Neeson. I can't believe I just forgot about it.
Darkman.
Darkman?
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah.
Darkman is the shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because that was my first introduction to Liam Neeson was Darkman.
Hell yeah.
And that was
Mine
classic.
too. Hell yeah. Shit, that's iconic, man. That's a cult classic.
Matter of fact, they out of print still because I've got all three films on on one box set. I've got all three.
Yeah.
I thought it
Hey,
was
what are
freaky
these-
at first because Homeboy was taking, I seen
Yeah.
one, but I was like, the hell is he? Oh, what?
That
And I
movie
also
was
got
freaky.
kind of a Leatherface Texas Chainsaw, he's stealing people's faces and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I was like, man.
There was one line in that movie was so funny, dog. I forget what it was. I can't think of it right now. But he said something and he growled at the it was so funny, dog. Oh man. What was it? Damn, I can't think of it, but
Because it blew me away.
yeah.
I forgot about it for
We used
so
to
long.
die laughing and keep rewinding it and watching it again. Me and my little sister, we used to be
Because I remember him being in whatever that movie where his daughter got kidnapped, Taken.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I got reintroduced. Obviously, I was introduced to him again when he did the Star Wars movie. He played Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit me. I was like, where do I know this cat from? It ain't from this. And it finally hit me. I had to hit the Wayback Machine button, and then I was like, Darkman. I'm just like, are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, then he appeared in the Ted movie. Remember when he was in the supermarket and he bought the box of cereal, the Fruit Loops?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
I was like,
Crazy.
man, man, I can't beat stuff like that, man. It's
True. But yeah, that
so
dark.
much good stuff out there, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's there's a lot of good stuff coming down the way, man. DC's got a great lineup coming this next year and the year after. Some good movies, good shows. I can't wait to see what, James Gunn does with this stuff. But
I heard what was it?
before we
Spring of I think it was spring for the X-Men '97. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
this
Or
supposed to be this spring, right?
yeah,
This
yeah,
April or something like that.
March,
yeah,
April ish.
March, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yep. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
We'll be back in spring in a few more weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be an early spring too.
Because that was the only reason why I'd actually got Disney Plus to begin with was I'd heard that they had the. I mean, I had it on DVD, but it was they had it on there on Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
there was another reason too. It slips my mind, but I was like, oh yeah, I got to get this 695.99, whatever it was. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta get this. So, and it's been disabled. I disabled it when the whole MCU, took a massive dump to me. You know what I'm saying? Laid an egg.
Oh yeah.
And I just disabled it. I've kept Netflix obviously, but but I was like, yeah,
Bro, I
man,
don't pay for none of them shits anymore, man. I don't. Not none of them. I
really,
can't. They
you
they
prime
they
wire.
they haven't earned it. Yeah, man. There's too
Yeah.
there's there's sites you can
Oh
go
yeah,
to,
oh
and
yeah,
every show, every movie that you can imagine is on there for free. So
right. I mean, I
you,
could
you
dig the
gotta
pirate.
really do something to make me pay for your service. And right now,
Right. I could
all
see
these
that. Yeah.
services are ass.
Yeah, I can see that for sure, man. I don't know why I'm still, why I'm doing it when I could just break out the Fire Stick and update it, but
Basically.
but
But we do whatever's convenient, and they know
right,
that, and that's what they bank on. So,
right.
but hey, guys, we do have to wrap it up because it is getting too late, and I do have to do some things. But it has been 3 hours and 20 minutes, so we really had a great show, man. And
Yeah.
again, Cringer, my best friend, I really
Right.
appreciate you. It was great
I
having you.
appreciate you,
Great
man.
meeting
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
welcome anytime. And word, raw talk. You want to say anything?
Yo, man, thanks for coming through. Thanks for having me as well, Reno. As always,
Always,
and it's always good to chop it up and really
always.
get to the nitty gritty of why we do what we do, collecting
Yep,
and enjoying the culture. You know, and
absolutely.
it's a great
Yeah,
show.
man.
Great show.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And everybody watching, everybody in the comments, salute to everybody. Casual Toy Collector, appreciate you, man, and being active in the chat, y'all. Please leave a comment, like the video, share the video. Slade, what's good? Diamond Onyx, salute. Zigzag on the bag, man. Yeah, man. Anytime, man. Come chop it up. ASAP Nation, salute. Kid with the Kung Fu grip. Peace, bro. EGC Divine, Marshall Warpath. Who else was in here? Mighty Rax, BDPGP. Man, salute everybody, man. Corey Adger, Slim Jim Longfoot, man. If I missed anybody, man, one love, man. Have a good, safe weekend, and we will see y'all Monday for hip hop and comics.
Indeed.
Peace.
Peace.
Time we're going.